Splitlanders. Splitting the land on the 12th of June. Or the 19th
Session 201.
Huh?
Session 201.
Session 201.
It's not a round number.
Your mic seems kind of muffled. I don't know if it's me or...
Hey, sorry, I'm just on my phone right now. I was gonna...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll be on my computer in just a minute. I figure I just join on my phone instead of being fashionably late.
Gotcha. Alright, well, let's see. Make sure you're all displaying as your characters. Looks like, oh, I just had a thought. Did I assign a journal person for Wednesday's game? I might have forgotten to. Oh well. I'll have to go check that. But for today, looks like it is Estrella's turn, if she would like to take it.
No, thank you.
Alright, well, the next in line would be Aramis.
Sure, I'll take it.
Awesome, thank you.
Doing God's work, son.
Thanks, Dad.
It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. Or no one has to, either way. But Aramis is scribe for today. And actually, let me check something. Yes, and Garen, it was your turn last time. Would you like to give us a recap of the events of last week?
Yes. Okay. Journal of a Otherworldly Presence. Session 200. Woo! 19th of summer. It is a somber day. The toll of the previous evening weighing heavily on the group. As the morning breaks, the group finds itself almost stalled. Usog and Glenn, the two oldest members of the group, sit and come to terms with the loss of their friends. Afterwards, Una approaches the group about the need to relocate the tribe. They have a territory in mind, but it is completely occupied by another warlock tribe who relish combat. Though confident in the Suntooth clan's ability to take them, Una admits she needs the help of the Splitlanders in dealing with their monster Cyclops. As the day passes, a massive teleportation portal appears, and a mysterious figure appears. Clad in robes and grafted metal parts, the group finds he's an ally of Xerxes and an enemy of the cultists, Jovian Flint. He's tattooed and wields an interesting weapon, a rifle. Being a scout of some sort for the group, his sudden arrival alarms everyone at first, and Glenn takes it upon himself to interrogate his motives, follows an extremely specific line of theoretical questions that seem to be aimed at a former member. As the day continues, Uslag bonds with her her new colleague, Aramis. Slovik reveals that he's been doing some work with the Hollow, and is found to be an extensive cave of sorts full of locations. Finally, the evening comes, and it's time to lay Eli to rest. The group says their piece, and Glenn performs a beautiful melody in his honor. Now the time to resume work has begun. Glenn sends a series of sending spells to Tafia Abnhart, who expresses her sympathy, but warns for the group to stay away, as they are wanted and would be arrested on sight. Glenn attempts to communicate with the spies and finds them stuck in the city's black market, who confirm that they also have his daughter. The group decides to re-enter the city via a tree and trek through the city. As they pass Splitlander Hall, they see it's heavily guarded by Blackwater guards and the sign taken down. Eventually, the group makes it into the black market and meet an old acquaintance of Uslag named Neil. He seems the braggadocious type, flexes his literal muscles, but is the one who took in Glenn's daughter and facilitates their return. For an enhanced fee, of course. The reunion, though, is well worth it. After all the group has suffered and gone through, Glenn is finally reunited with his family. Neil pulls Glenn aside and informs him that he was paid good money by someone attempting to meet with the group. As night comes, they meet Garen. Thinly, almost gaunt young man with white hair. The group is naturally suspicious of him, as he wishes to find Malin's whereabouts, feeling he used to be part of the group of Malin, Hadrian, and Earthane. While expressing his wish to join the group in the hopes of eventually finding Malin, They're a bit hesitant at his ability for combat. Glenn interrogates him directly, but simply manages to see Garen's eyes flash yellow. Armis attempts to likewise subtlecast detect thoughts, but is surprised by the mental blocks put in place. What happens next and where the group goes? Who knows?
All right, thank you for the recap. So it is the 19th of summer at 7 p.m. You're in the Black Market, an area of some tunnels below the city. And we were trying to figure out what the next steps were.
Did we just arrive or did we pass time down here? I can't remember.
You didn't pass too much time. You
We haven't been here very
basically
long.
you came down here, and then you spoke with Neil, and then you spoke with basically Glenn's daughter. There was the reuniting. Then Garen showed up. You had a bit of a conversation, and from my memory, that's kind of where you ended. And from my
Yeah,
notes
and
here.
so we would still be disguised, correct?
Yes. Were you disguised with magic? I
think
think
some
you
of
just
us
had
had-
disguises on.
No, we had like makeup disguises, like physical
Yeah.
disguises. Yeah.
Yeah, because we were planning on staying here the night, so I
Yeah.
think we kind of found a space to go.
Yeah,
I,
luckily none of you are too far away from being human that you can't disguise yourselves.
I think I would like to try to visit Douglas.
All right. Oh, it looks
Um,
like Jovi, you're still displaying as your account versus your character, just FYI.
Wait, what am I doing?
In the
Wait.
Roll20, it's displaying your account picture, not your not your character one.
That is my character picture.
In Roll20, do I need to refresh? Maybe. Hang on.
With the Plague Doctor mask?
Okay, there it is. I just needed to refresh. Another Roll20 issue. So you said you want to go speak with Douglas. Like your tree, you mean?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I want to use tree stride to enter another tree, not Douglas himself, but another tree in his courtyard garden where he lived, where I left him. And
so you're going up to the surface to kind of go find a tree and teleporting over there.
and I would also find out from Neil's people, like, you know, if there's like do we know how to get back and forth from the surface to this black market area?
Neil says we have some security to do so, but I can have my people take you up. Just make sure you're not followed if you come back. If you have some kind of teleportation to get down here, there are a couple of safe places to poof into. But I don't know what your magic looks like, old lady.
Is there any, like, plants down here?
Plants. There's, I guess there's some moss in some of the tunnels. I don't know about, like, what type of plants.
My transportation magic involves plants. But that's fine. Yeah, I will use a great deal of caution. So,
He nods.
Yeah, so I'm going to cast Tree Stride. And let the others know that I'll be back soon. And I cast. Oh, well, I guess I have to go find a tree, so I don't know if we need to do some.
That's fine. So you head up to the surface. I'll say his people escort you.
Okay.
And you're gonna go teleport over to where Douglas is. Just give me one moment for something.
Yeah, let me just see one thing here. Oh no, I have to find a tree that's a little bit closer to the Splitlander Hall. So probably this park near the Splitlander Hall, because it has to be within 500 feet.
Okay.
Oh, he got a new picture.
Yeah.
I was gonna
just
say, I'm like,
wanted
I
to
do
say
not
the same
remember
thing.
Neil looking that way.
Yeah,
Neil
I
got an
already-
AI makeover.
I already did a bunch of the artwork. This game had some really old artwork, so I just brought in the new one. All right, so so you head over there, and yeah, there's a couple of people out front. The garden in the back is behind a wall. How would you get to it?
So I would go to this park near this area of the city and cast on a tree here. And then once I've entered the tree here, I can sense any of the trees that are in that courtyard and step into one of them.
All right, go
And
ahead
I've seen the courtyard before, so I would know know the tree kind of layout and stuff, what kind of tree I need to use and stuff.
Go ahead and link the spell.
I did.
Oh, you did. Alright, so you spend a 5th level spell. Another tree of the same kind. Alright. Okay, so you kind of, as you're moving through the park, step behind one of the trees, doing a quick chant. And as you step into that tree, you would step out of another tree in the backyard.
Is there anyone in the courtyard?
There are some people in the nearby building, the actual Splitlanders building. It looks like a couple of guards.
Okay. Sorry, go
They
ahead.
they might notice you unless you want to try a stealth check.
Yeah, I will try to come out of the tree because I know the garden. I have been in there before. I imagine that I would have tried to come in like a corner or something where like the tree that I'm coming through is obstructing me from like the view of the windows or whatever.
All
But
right.
yeah, so stealth. Do. I'm not very good at stealth. Oh my word!
All right. So
Meant to be.
yeah, you kind of step out of the tree quickly, bending down in the brush there. The guard looks out, kind of curiously. Maybe he thought he heard something, but then just kind of goes back to talking to the other guard as he doesn't see you.
Great. All right. So then, kind of paying attention to where the guards are facing and, timing things carefully and being very cautious, I would, look around the garden for Douglas.
All right, yeah, your tree is still there. It's where you left it. They haven't
Okay,
really
so then
done anything to the garden.
I'll carefully get close to him, and place myself so that, I'm, not in view of the guards. And then I will whisper, Douglas, how you doing?
He says, "Hello, Mother. It's good to see you again."
Have you have the new humans that came to this building met you? Do they know? Do they know you're here? Have you revealed yourself?
He says, "New humans. I see many humans going in and out. There have been less so in the last few days. I haven't really spoken to any of them. I've been keeping quiet. I'm not sure I'm ready to reveal myself to anyone but you, at least not just yet."
Good, because the humans that are here now are enemies of the humans that were here before. I wasn't sure, what damage they might have caused you if they had discovered you or knew your nature.
Oh no. I don't really know the difference, but none of the humans have approached me or done anything in the garden.
Okay. Um, was there any fighting or yelling or weird activity yesterday?
Well, now that you mentioned it, there were some loud noises. Maybe it was yesterday or the day before. I don't remember, but yeah, there was some loud noises from the building there, but it's been pretty quiet since then.
Okay, so you don't know if any of the humans that were here before are still here, or what may have happened to them, right?
So now, like I said, the building, it's been very quiet since the loud noises, but I mean humans always make a lot of noise, so I don't really know the difference of what it, you know, what their purpose is.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's fine. I just thought I'd ask in case you had
Can you remind me
observed
how
or heard
intelligent he
anything.
is? Just want to make sure I'm not playing him too dumb.
Yeah. Let me find it. 10.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's like average intelligence. So you'd say, yeah. I mean, there were some yelling. I didn't really hear what was being said, and yeah, it seems like since then the building hasn't been as there haven't been as many people in there.
Okay. Well, I don't want to. I want to make sure. I wanted to make sure you were safe, but we have to find our other friends, and we are probably going to have to leave this city for a while. I don't know when or if we'll be back. So, um, I wanted to give you the choice if you would like to come with us or stay here in this garden.
He says, can I leave? I haven't tried to move my roots yet. I mean, I know I can now. I know I can move a lot easier. I've tried actually moving some of my branches. It's a strange feeling, but would it be safe for me to just walk out of here?
Um, we might have to figure out, some plan for how to do it, but I thought perhaps I could cast magic on you and um
As well,
figure
I
out a way to carry you. Yeah,
I do enjoy being in this garden. It's sort of a home for me.
I understand. I wasn't sure. I thought you might want to stay, but also there's many wonderful things out there, and there's a place in the mountains with trees and snow and you
He
know,
says, "Oh, I've
very
seen the
different
mountains in
spaces.
the distance. I've always wondered about them."
Well,
You
that's where
would
we're going shortly, so I didn't know if you'd like to see that or not.
So as you were speaking to the tree, you would hear a voice in your mind. It says, "This this being could be of use to us. I think we should imbue him with some of my energy. I think he's a bit too young and simple. With my help, he could be much more effective and intelligent."
Well,
This
nice
is
to hear
what
from you again.
he
This is
says.
a surprise.
I've been watching, and I did appreciate you gaining that shard from the strange cloaked one. It's helped me for sure, given me some more of my powers. Anyway, this tree, it's a bit too young and immature. I think it needs to be given more knowledge and intelligence to make it useful.
Is that something that we can do here and now, quietly, or what do you propose?
He says, yes, if you channel some of your energy into the tree, I can gain control of it. Give me an insight check.
Can you? Yeah, I guess I kind of wanna. Yeah, understand what he means by gain control of it. Insight.
You would guess that he is going to take control of it, which could mean that it would lose its kind of young and innocent personality.
I
You
I
know the
would.
Tao isn't always the kindest being.
Yeah, I would say I would respond. He may be young and and inexperienced, but he he has his own life and will and awareness now, and he would need to agree. But I'm not sure if he'll understand if I explain this to him.
Give me a persuasion check. He says, agree. You've created
Just as I agreed to carry you. Persuasion, did you say?
Yeah. So, yeah, the voice kind of, well, I guess he wouldn't really think, or if he was thinking, you couldn't see him anyway, but I'll say, yes, it is true that you agreed to carry me, but I did not create you. This being literally exists because of your magic, and the magics that's channeled through Gaian. I mean,
This was a living thing before my magics entered it. My magic simply heightened it.
well, you gave it consciousness. He says, I guess did you not create this creature as a resource to be used? Maybe I misunderstood your intention.
Yes, but I wish for it to be autonomous.
Give me another persuasion.
As all aware living creatures should be. Did you say persuasion again?
Yeah, unless you feel like using persuasion. He says, well, I'm not going to force you, obviously, but I do feel like you are squandering a valuable resource by not connecting me to this being. Do as you will. And
nice
that's
to
all.
hear that you're feeling stronger.
This is, yes.
Thanks for the chat.
He says, yes, and thank you again for gaining that shard for me. He says, I would be cautious about moving the tree from here, though, especially if it does not have a connection to me. It might be a lot more difficult. And that's really all I'd say. Anything else you want to do here?
Douglas, how about I come back another day and you can think about whether you might want to see somewhere else in the world. And but I'll at some point I'll come back to you. Make sure that you haven't decided you maybe want to leave.
Says, thank you, Mother. I'm happy to just be in the garden for now, but if you think it best to move, I shall move.
I think we could find a place where you would be very happy if we did move you, but we don't have to.
All right. So it's pretty late at this point, maybe about 8 p.m. Anyone else doing anything? And are you heading back after that, Estrella?
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go invisible and then wild shape into a squirrel and just run up the tree and over the wall.
Okay. Are you heading back to the black market, or are you going somewhere else?
Yeah, I think I would I'd go back to wherever we were going to stay for the night and rejoin the group, yeah.
So you're going to try to sneak through the city as a squirrel?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Give me, I guess, a stealth check in squirrel form.
Oh, that's right. I don't know. I don't have squirrel stats. I maybe a weasel. I don't think that squirrel's an actual, like...
Well, you use, for wild shape, I think you use your own stats, don't you? Or wait, no, you use the physical
Not
stats
for the
of
physical,
squirrel.
only for the mental.
Fair enough. All
Here,
right.
what are the tiny creatures? Let me just check here.
Yeah, there's not many trees in the city. There's a couple here or there, so it's a little bit harder to move around as a squirrel. Alright, so I am gonna... I guess you could use like a, I don't know, like a rat or something, or some kind of Some kind of rodent or vermin.
Rats are really good climbers, actually. That might work just fine. But people might try to like squash me or something. Like, you know, squirrels they usually leave alone.
It's true.
I was trying to find. Oh, here it is. Here's the list. Okay, so the familiar bat, cat. Okay, how about a cat? How about like an alley cat? Bat,
Alright,
cat,
sure.
crab, frog, hawk, lizard, octopus, owl,
Alright. Well, if
snake.
you're gonna be a cat, I won't make you do any stealthing. That's fine.
Okay, all right.
Alright, so time is passing.
A white fluffy cat with a moonstone collar.
Oh,
Was there anything else? Are you just waiting till the morning? Is everyone just kind of going to bed?
I guess, yeah. Okay.
Because at this point,
I-
I don't know what the group's next move is. So I could just keep passing time till someone says something.
I mean, so what time is it? You said it's late now?
Yeah, it's about 8 p.m.
All right, I do have something else I want to do, but if anyone else wants the camera, that's fine.
Alright.
I don't want to completely pass the night though yet.
I was gonna go probably find Aramis.
Alright, so while this is happening, Aramith is with you. Or Aramis.
Okay.
He's you're all kind of together right now. Did you pay for lodgings? Because I remember
Yes.
that Neil said it was going to be a certain amount.
I think it was 100 gold. Yeah, I paid him.
Okay, so you are paid up, so you do have a place to stay in the black market right now. So I'll just assume you're all kind of together in your little hideout down there.
Okay. So I pull Aramis off the side a little bit, and kind of sit down with him. Hey, son, I wanted to ask you something.
Yes. What is it?
It's been quite a while since your mother passed.
Oh god, this combo.
I don't really know. It's kind of weird because I imagined having this conversation with you, and when I imagined having it, you were 10.
Tell him about the swan, or what is it? The birds and the bees? Yeah, the birds and the bees.
What would you think of me being with somebody that wasn't your mom?
Well, I'm gonna roll this because we'll see. Oh, you mean Uslag?
He looks over at Uslav and back to Aramis. He nods. Yeah.
Well, you have set like how long ago my mother would have died?
It wasn't set in stone, but I'd imagine they were pretty young. I imagine if he's supposed to be 10 now, I would say she probably died when he was like 4 or 5.
Okay. So, to be fully honest with you, I don't remember that much of Mom. Makes me kind of sick to think about, but I think as much as I'm starting to learn the truth about her, patience was the closest thing that I experienced from a mother. And I'm learning that that's probably not the ideal example. I mean, I've only known Vuslog for a day or so, but she seems nice and caring. If
You know, and she.
if mother, I don't think mom would have. What I remember is I don't think mom would have not wanted you to be happy.
You know, as I haven't really put much thought into it until very recently, just because I've been so focused on trying to get you and your sister back.
I
But-
think she would have wanted you to be happy, Dad, your daughter says. I also don't know. Don't remember much of Mommy. I agree with Aramis, though.
You know, it's,
She smiles
thank you, Ruby.
at Aramis.
Thank you, both of you. Yeah, he smiled.
I would just ask you to be careful. Don't hurt her, because I've seen what she's capable of, and
Yeah, she's really big and strong. She can be a little scary sometimes. She's
Yeah,
strong.
I
Daddy, she's way stronger than you, you know.
yeah, I did something stupid one
And her
time.
sword is huge, Dad. Do you see how big that sword is? Your sword is like tiny compared to hers.
Oh, trust me, I did something stupid one time, and I was trying to get her to talk to me about it, and she wouldn't. And so I was sparring with her, and I was egging her on. That was a bad move.
Yeah, I bet. She swings it way better than you swing yours, right?
Yes, she does.
She's yeah. Be careful.
You know, you don't need to tell me twice. Trust me. You know. And they kind of like all share a moment. I'd love for there to be like a moment where like the whole family just like looks over at Uslag, and Uslag like sees that they're looking at him, and they like,
All
look away.
just staring over
She-
at her.
Yeah, it takes her a moment, but
It's like, this isn't weird.
little family moment.
I give
Right
Jovian a
there.
glance. I'm like, huh? Do you know what's coming? Huh? Do you know what's up?
What?
Like, like they're all look like you know what they're all.
Oh yeah.
Uslag just kind of waves awkwardly from where she's working on her, I don't know, sharpening her sword or something.
The family just like waves back. I just imagine like they all waving.
All waving back.
Yeah, she smiles because it's nice to see them all together.
And he on a little bit more of a solemn note, while everybody's kind of getting ready for the night, I wanted to I know you were there for the burial for Eli. I mean, we it's not anybody's fault, you know. So I don't want either of you to feel bad about it. But you know, we lost 3 people saving you, and I just wanted to take a few minutes to tell you about them so that you can remember their sacrifices and honor their memory. That they died so that we could become a family again.
So I'm gonna switch over to Jovi really quick. So as you're kind of sitting there, maybe talking to Garen a bit, you feel a bit strange. It sounds for a moment like things get more quiet, and you start hearing strange whispers in your mind.
Uh-oh.
I need a wisdom save.
Oh
Wonderful.
no.
Like you see Garen kind of like talking to you and like just like smiling a little as he does, but you can't hear him now for some reason. Just all these whispers.
Surtur return.
I'm trying to click it. It's not clicking.
I hate it when it doesn't
Good.
click. It might be some kind of roll 20 lag.
Yeah, I'll just do a d20 plus 4. So that plus 4, so 23.
Okay. So you start to feel like a twinging in your head, like you may have visibly winced, you're not sure. Maybe Garen stops for a moment, looks at you. You think he mouths, "Are you okay?" Then the whispers start to fade, and again, and now he says it again. He's like, "Hey, are you okay?"
You good, man? What's...
I don't know, just something. I don't know, I don't know. It was just something weird. I just had a weird feeling.
Huh.
Yeah, it seemed like he was talking to you, and then suddenly he kind of winced a bit as if he was in pain. I guess you can make an insight check if you want.
Damn.
So, yeah, you might feel like he's hiding something, though honestly he doesn't know you very well, so you wouldn't expect him to just tell you everything that's going on with him.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been completely forthright, either, so...
Alright. So, as you guys are kind of sitting there, Glenn is telling you all, or telling his kids and family a little bit more about Eli. There's a knock at the door. And a voice says, I have a message from Neil. Can I
Come
enter?
in. Yes.
Alright, so a cloaked figure walks in. You assume it's one of the Blood Hand guys. I'll say he walks over to Glenn with a rolled up scroll and gives it to you. And he says, Neil thought you might want to know this. He knows that you really like the guy, so yeah, call it a favor. And then he just kind of walks out.
Looks confused, and I guess he'd open the scroll.
Yeah, so I would walk
So-
over to see what that's all about.
The scroll is a note saying that Shock is in one of the local prisons. It gives you the location. It seems like he's being held at in the council, one of the council prisons, which is up here. And they are, just keeping him for now. The guild doesn't know much about his condition or what the plans are for him. But apparently he was arrested.
Slog curses. He didn't even have anything to do with this.
Aldebaran
Who's
says,
busting him out?
we,
If he'd named the hall differently when he started it, then he would, maybe be okay. But
Yeah. Seems being associated with our name is...
I mean, if they question the
Not a good
people, there's probably a lot of citizens who saw us at his quarters before the attack, Boulder Bottom says. Maybe they're holding him in because they think he's with us or he helped us plan it or something.
well, we've got to spring
This is
him.
why I hate cities.
Why, yeah. Right there with you, Raldo. That's Raldo, right?
Yeah, that's
Speaking.
Rollo.
Yeah.
He says, spray
Is
him.
he a friend of yours?
Shock, yeah. He's been there since the beginning, and he's helped us in many ways. And now he's taking the fall just for being associated with us. So.
Oh, because of the the incident. Yeah.
Yeah.
Raldo says, I don't know, I don't know the Shock very well, but springing him at this point, especially with the attack on the Blackwater Mansion, might be problematic. Go from pissing off one family to pissing off all of them. I guarantee that place is better defended, too.
Well. I mean, there's no way I'm gonna leave him in the lurch, though.
Yeah, well, I was planning to use locate creature tonight to try and get a lead on Shock, but since we've gotten this lead, I would try to locate Ayara and Uvek.
Alright. So you're casting Locate Creature.
Twice, yeah. Well, I
Which
mean, we can do
one?
one at a time, obviously.
Okay.
IRS first, probably.
I'm gonna question when those are done.
1,000 feet.
Oh, that's right. It's got a range. Yeah.
Let's see. Would they be within 1,000 feet of you? Actually, yes, Ayara is within 1,000 feet of you.
I'd be
Interesting.
surprised if she was in the underground here. Seems
Yeah,
her-
I wouldn't be
seems like
surprised at
her-
all if she was able to slip out when things went down. Perhaps we
Actually,
can try to
hang
find
on.
her.
Let me check with the dice before I assume this. 'Cause there is a chance that she died or was captured. Let's see what the dice say.
Oh, sorry, never mind. She did.
Oh yeah, she's dead now. No, she. Yeah, you think she is probably either on the surface, nearby, or maybe in one of the tunnels of the black market. That would be your guess.
Okay. I would let the party know. Like, I think Shaith, or not Shaith, Ayara might have gotten out. I sense her nearby, actually. I don't think
Can
she's
I-
in the prison.
Should I send her my raven?
That's a great idea.
Okay. Uslag will remove the raven necklace figurine off of her necklace and
Alright,
cast
so
animal messenger.
Uslag would bring out a small, what is it, onyx figurine.
Silver, yeah.
Looks like she whispers to it, and it would suddenly grow into a large, a normal-sized raven, letting out a caw, caw.
They're pretty big birds.
Yeah, it looks at Uslag as she, whispers something to it, and it caws again and just flies over the to the door, kind of like bumping into it as if it's trying to get through. Caw.
Oh, I should go open it. I'm gonna have to come up with a name for you one of these days. She'll like open the door.
Flies down the hallway. What the fuck was that? Someone yells. Is
How
there a
about
bird
Raven?
down here? What the hell? Caw.
Beep.
All right.
Oh,
And then I would cast again and try to for Uvek, but I am expecting that he might have been, if there was fighting, he would probably have been in the thick of it, or have been arrested. So he might not be anywhere near us.
All right. Let
Yeah.
me check. You said Uvek, right?
Yeah.
he was sort of the one kind of in charge
The
of the
Goliath,
investigations and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Goliath. Yeah.
Goliath, yeah.
Yeah, the one who was afraid that Uslag was going to fire him.
Yeah, I like Uvek. We want to make sure he's okay.
You don't detect him. You're not sure where
Yeah,
he is.
okay. I might try if we go nearer to the prison tomorrow. I might try it there just to kind of see if I can figure out something on him. Although Ayara might have news if she contacts us back. Those are, I think, the named NPCs that Estrella knows here. So
Okay.
Uslag would also say, while we're on the subject of where everyone is, has anyone seen LeBreau down here? Because she was involved as well in all the things. I'm not sure if we've checked in with her.
I thought she was
What?
with us when we went back to the tower
Was she?
after Eli's
No,
death.
she was working with the spies. You sent her to help them.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should look for her then as well. Do you want me to try to locate her?
The last could be in trouble, Boulder Bottom says.
Yeah, I
She
think we
was
should.
well, you spoke to your spies, didn't you, Glenn? What did they say? Did they know what happened to her?
To who?
Says
Laro.
Laro. Eli's
The one that was sweet on Eli.
Oh,
you sent her to go
She
help
died
the
of
people.
heartbreak.
Oh jeez.
I don't know. Did
What?
the spies tell me?
They didn't mention anything about it.
Yeah,
But
I just
what
read
they
that
did say, the one guy said that everyone escaped but the one person.
Oh, yeah,
They
the
didn't-
captain. Yeah.
he's the one
There.
that died. covering their escape. But yeah, it could be that she got. That's what he meant, that she got out, with the others.
Yeah.
But he also said he didn't know where anyone was right now.
Well, she's alive at least. And yeah, they said everyone got out except the captain.
Yeah, I have a feeling she's good at hiding out, laying low. But we should try to find her at some point. I think she would be sad to hear about Eli. Me.
All right. Well, now I have something to pass time for, at least. So let me know if anyone needs to do anything. It's getting later. I'll say it's about 11 p.m. When there is a click at the door as it unlocks, kind of catching you off guard. And a moment later, the door opens and you would see Iara there.
Ah, you got my bird.
She says, "Yes, sorry, I probably should have just knocked. It's good to see you all. I was worried
Yeah.
after your disappearance from the attack, something had happened."
Well, we were worried about you. I think our actions may have cost you all quite a bit, and I'm sorry for that.
She says, "It would have been nice if you did your little operation in disguise. That said, there's nothing, I don't hold it against you for you wanting to get your children back, Glenn. Again, I would have maybe done it a little more subtly."
We did what we had to do, and well, I'd do it all again. I just wish things would have gone differently.
She says, I didn't spend too much time in the guild as it was. There may have been some people who identified me, but no one's been able to seek me out to arrest me yet.
You know how others fare? Like any casualties or any? We got news of Shock, but we don't know really where anyone else is.
Yes, I told him he should have maybe laid low. Stubborn man. They took him away. None of the mercenaries were arrested, although some of them actually did cooperate with the guards, from what I hear. I mean, I can't fully blame them. They probably would have been arrested if they didn't. I think maybe a few of our people were taken, but not anything serious.
Do you know if they're held by the city or by Blackwaters? Yeah, by the Blackwaters.
She says, "Oh, well, as far as I know, they're all it's all legal. The city's holding them. None of the families can legally imprison, from what I've seen. So yes, I believe they're all being held for links to the crimes that you all committed." Or I think only Shock is being held now. I think the others were released, from what I had heard. I don't know what his fate is going to be. It's going to be difficult to do anything about it, though, with how securely he's being, or the security of the place he's being kept anyway.
Well, he's not going to have much to offer because we didn't tell him anything about this except that the Blackwaters had Glenn's children. That's all he knew. So.
Well, hopefully he stays quiet.
Much out of him. I wouldn't blame him for telling all he knew, but I'm worried that since he doesn't know anything, they're going to think he's holding back.
She says, "Well, if you have any politically motivated friends, now might be the time to call in favors."
Yeah, I think we should perhaps attempt to communicate with either Symphony or Lady what's the one noble woman?
Yeah, Avenhart.
Yeah.
Says,
maybe try and get some communications to them.
I know I've seen wanted posters, and the City of the Hole has branded you villains, but I'm pretty sure you'd still have some of your political allies.
A true villain's just sitting there in her hopefully scorched house, laughing. But
Yeah, the house did get pretty burned and broken thanks to
For the record,
one of your
it was my intention not to kill anyone, but everyone got a little bit trigger happy during the mission.
Everyone
and,
looks at Glenn. Well,
I mean, I guess actually, let me take that back. I was aware Glenn intended to kill Patience if he had the chance, but besides that, I think we could have left less of a body trail.
could have not murdered all the sleeping guards. She says, well, what's
Like I
done is
said,
done.
I tried.
I think, regardless, we would have been branded criminals anyway. But yeah, I do regret that many had to die.
Yeah, the Blackwaters, obviously, I don't know much about what you guys had or what business. Obviously, knowing that she, held, your kids, that's quite despicable. But even by itself, they've never struck me as, as the nice, genial type or the most, good of the family. So, I guess I can't really blame you for what happened.
Well, whatever the case, I'm going to be hiding out in the underground for a bit, wait for things to cool down. Then I might travel back to Char, actually. It seems like Tyvanis is a little hot, at least for people who are, identified allies of the Splitlanders. I don't know. I'll have to judge the landscape in the next few
Yeah.
weeks.
I wonder how the guild there will do once word gets out.
Foxglove Hall there? I don't know if the name got changed.
True, but it might be known to some that they're connected.
Yeah.
But it's pretty far out there.
It would be more difficult for her or for the Empire to send forces all the way there. Plus, there's no proof that hall was involved in any of this. I mean, it's not like you all were spotted there before the attack. Anyway, it's late. I think I might turn in for the evening. I'll speak to you all tomorrow, maybe.
Real quick before you go, how did it go with those items we left last time we were here? Find anything interesting?
Which items?
We gave her the Trident of Fish command and the Bell branch, which is rare, just to dabble around if she could find good trades or buyers.
Oh, is there
It's
a
in the
project
yeah,
for that?
the downtime projects.
Let's
It was 15th of summer.
give me a sec. 15th of summer.
Oh gosh, that wasn't that long ago, was it?
Yeah, it was only 4 days ago, I think. She says, well, I'm still looking into it, obviously. Certain events happened that caused my my search to be put on hold, but yeah, once...
I apologize. I thought it had been longer.
She says, that's fine. We've all been through a lot these last few days. Anyway, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Alright, so I'm just going to pass the night unless someone tells me if you want to do something. Jovi, you are plagued by some dreams during the night. And again, the incessant whispering. Can I get another wisdom save?
Okay, let me grab that. Did it work? No, it didn't, of course. That worked? I'll just roll a d20. That's a 13.
Alright. Why isn't your sheet working?
Let's see, did that work? That worked.
Well,
It's just taking a while.
Well, I clicked that.
Oh no, you did. Okay.
Yeah, so I can click your buttons. It doesn't seem like you can, though.
Wait, let me just reload the page. Okay, let me try again. Give me a second. It's still loading. Okay. Wisdom save. There we go.
Yeah.
I just have to reload it.
All right. So
Oh, that's a 13.
yeah, you have some dreams, some visions of some of your work back when you were fighting against the control of the children of Shadow. You remember some of the horrible hunts they made you do for a couple of pretty bad people. Again, those strange whispers kind of blocking everything, or blocking all the sound out in your dreams. You might awaken in a cold sweat. I'll say, who's on night watch in the group? Or I should say, who's on second watch? Because there are 4 watches.
I don't think we've updated this.
Oh, okay.
Second watch says Eli and Slurp.
Alright, so it might be, we'll say maybe Slurp and Aramis.
That's fine.
So we might need to update this.
So yeah,
Nice.
as you're on watch, Aramis, you might see Jovi kind of sit up in a cold sweat, like maybe looking around as if he's very nervous about something.
Does he actually wake up, or is he?
Yeah, like he kind of suddenly shunts awake, like maybe a gasp, and he's like sweating a bunch and like just looking around, maybe a little wide-eyed.
I'll just make eye contact with him and be like, "You've been through a lot, but I think that's common for this group. Are you okay?"
I think I'll be fine. It's just these dreams, they keep me up.
I know what that's like. Rest well. You'll be safe here for now.
Alright, so Jovi, I assume, nods and goes back to sleep.
Yeah.
Alright,
And
so,
for future bookkeeping, Jovi, can I put you on second watch in place of Slurp? I think we were using Slurp, my familiar, just because we were short
Oh.
at the time.
Jovi was sleeping on his watch.
I meant for future watches.
So,
That works.
Aramis is
And
like,
I'll change
where have you
Malin
been?
to Garen. Yeah.
Alright, that's fine. Alright, so yeah, the evening would pass. It is now the 20th of summer at 8 a.m. You awaken. It's a new day. Still in hiding down here. That was you had paid for that day to stay protected. You know, if you stay here again, Neil's probably going to charge you more exorbitant prices. So what do you want to do today?
Well, I think it's good to make it worth his while, because then he's motivated to continue to help us.
Yeah, that's true.
I would like to head over. I guess we might need to find someone to re-up our disguises. Or, I mean, I guess if it's wigs and clothing, then do we need someone trained in order to be disguised again, or?
That's a good question.
Do any of you have anti-scrying magic? Just out of curiosity.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
No, I don't think so.
All right. So yeah, what are you doing this morning?
I would like to re-up our disguises and go over to the north part of the city and see if I can confirm if Uvek is in prison.
Okay.
And I will happily use wild shapes and invisibility or pass without trace and have Slurp invisible watching out for me. as careful as I possibly can be, as I move about the city.
All right. So as you are kind of disguising everyone, there is a sudden flash of magical energy in the room.
That's not
And
good.
as it fades, there is a familiar figure standing there.
Ah,
Ugh,
Oh.
so Korik, as he appears, kind of looks around a little cautiously and says, "Oh, good. I was worried. Greetings, Splitlanders. I saw that you
surprise.
were."
We're quite glad to see you.
He says, "Yes, it's."
Yes, considering you're not here to drag us in, but
He says,
Well,
"Well,
we don't know that yet, but
He chuckles and says, "It's not my. I have better things to do with my time than to try to hunt down people for the government. That said, don't think that I wasn't asked to locate you. You've certainly made a name for yourselves in the city recently." He says,
we never meant for
there was
so
a
many
good
to die.
amount of people who died in that attack.
we lost 3 of our own.
He says, and about 15 guards met their end, from what I was told. He says, those were...
Estrella crinkles her face and is clearly, still upset about that.
He says, I know that defending yourselves, it was probably tough, but I just wish there could have been less of a loss of life. A lot of those guards were just people working for a living. They didn't necessarily all have political affiliations with your enemy. In any case, I'm not here to um, push you on that or try to make you feel bad. I'm here because we may have an issue, and you all might be the best suited to help me deal with it.
Oh, interesting.
He says, do you remember what I told you about the Feywild and the corruption that's been appearing?
Indeed.
Yeah, we've been intending to look into that ourselves.
He says, well, this might be a good time. I have lost contact with a couple of the allies of the Phoenix Guild within the Feywild, and these are not people that I should just be losing contact with. It could mean that large sections of the Feywild have been destroyed or consumed. He says, I need someone to go look into it, and, well, I hesitate to send any of my wizards. None of them are as field ready as you all.
Who has the bag of holding? Usla, do you carry it?
Yeah, she carries it.
We've got you told me about that sending stone that some shadow, what was it?
Shape?
Shadow Steel lady, gave you guys, because she's working with the Fae, the Archfey or something.
Yeah, Shaith, I think, was with the shadow, right?
So
Out of
yeah,
character.
I pulled the sending stone out of the bag, but I'd hand it to Uslug because Estrella never met Shaith.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I think Glenn and Uslog have met Shaith. I think Glenn did. Yeah, we should talk to her. You don't happen to know Shaith, Archmage Korik, do you? Is she one of your people?
She says, I don't think so. Is she part of the Phoenix Guild?
No, she was with the Steel Shadow for some time, but I think they, if I remember correctly...
Well, I am familiar with
parted
them,
ways.
though not a group we often work with. In fact, actually, Patience would probably know of her if she's a Steel Shadow agent. Or at least some of the noble families might.
Would I have heard of her?
That's a good question. You definitely have heard of the Steel Shadow. Patience often worked with their members to get things done around the Empire. I'm going to say you probably haven't worked with or heard her name in particular just because she's been nowhere near the capital in a while.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of our contact that we were planning to explore once we wrapped up some things. But if you have another way for us to reach the Feywild and to
He says, yes, I can make a
yeah.
portal there for you. The only issue would be you'd have to contact me to get back. Because obviously, unless you have a way of planeswalking, you'd have no way to leave the Feywild.
Mm.
He says, would you be ready to make that trip now, or I'm sorry, it's a bit rude of me to assume. You're probably in the middle of something. He kind of looks around. I'm not sure where we are exactly, but it would make sense for the amount of heat you've picked up in the city.
We returned because we returned for Glenn's daughter, but we also heard that Lady Blackwater has retaliated against the Splitlander Guild, and we were worried about our people. None of them knew anything about this or had any hand in our mission, but it's unfortunate we didn't consider the fact that they had used our name when they opened the hall. We heard that Shock is in jail, but we don't have news on many others.
Says, yes, I believe that was your guild master. I think I spoke to him a few times when I was doing business with them. Seems like a fine man. I don't know why, actually, I do know why she'd throw him in jail. Most likely to get to you all. Or at least
it seems like they've
punish you for what
had
you've
some,
done.
They've had some tension, is what Shock told us, that between the Blackwaters and Splitlander Hall since the beginning. So she might have seen this as an opportunity to shut them down.
He says, so is this something that you are dealing with right now? Maybe figuring out a way to help your friend?
Yes.
Well, if we could ensure that they are safe or get them out of the city fast, then we would be able to turn our attention towards your task much more quickly.
Give me a persuasion at disadvantage.
Oh, gosh.
He hesitates a moment and he says, to try to free someone from prison without a proper hearing, I mean, I could risk losing my status as the guild master. He says, it's...
asking you to personally do it or to risk your reputation. What I'm asking is for you to pull strings or use contacts or hire the best lawyer in the city for him and figure out a way to, legally make sure he's safe.
Says, well,
like even if we can't get him out of jail immediately, we want to make sure that there's no risk of him getting sentenced to death or something.
Oh, I doubt that. I mean, unless they somehow can prove he was there killing guards, which...
They can't, because he wasn't.
Yes. I mean, I'm guessing they're going to use a zone of truth on him to try to glean more information, and at that point they'll probably find out that he wasn't involved in the actual attacks.
I think that would be I think that would be very good for his case, that if they do have him use a zone of truth.
Wow. Patience is a very dangerous adversary, and she does have strings she can pull to at least keep him locked up. I don't usually step into the political arena. My guild, for the most part, remains neutral in the city, mostly only calling in favors when it has to do with securing resources for our libraries and whatnot. Have you spoken with Avonheart? I know that she met with you briefly before the attack. Is she someone you could call on for aid?
We believe that she is inclined to work with us in the future, and we have briefly communicated with her via message since the attack. But just as we don't wish to endanger your position or really any, we don't want anyone more to get hurt, but same with her, she has to be cautious, and she said that we shouldn't contact her for a little while. Unless there's new information to be exchanged.
As well, I understand if you need some time then, before you go to the Feywild, to sort this all out. My advice to you would just be to call upon any friends you have. Perhaps either in high places or low, as I know that you may have friends in the more unsavory parts of the city. In fact, I get the feeling that might
Think
be
of the
where we
devil
are right
as
now.
I glance around.
He says, but if you can find a way to get your friend out sooner rather than later, that might be best for him. Well, who knows what Patience has planning or has planned.
Is there any possibility for that we could track down other guild members to determine if they are okay?
Give me another persuasion.
Like, I guess, yeah, I don't know if there would be a way to confirm if there were any other arrests in the names. I don't know. Where's Glenn when you need him?
He's asleep on the couch. He's had a tough night. So he says, if you give me a list of names, I can use magic to maybe get an idea of some of your people's locations. That is
I'm
something.
here. Am I needed? Are my services required?
What did you say?
Are my services required?
Perhaps. I would take a parchment and quill and put down the names of that Estrella knows, which would really only be one, because we've already learned about Shock, so and Iara, so Uvek. But I imagine that Glenn or Uslug might have a few more names that they can add on there as well.
Alright, so I'll say you all add some names, and he says, I can look into the fate of your people, see if they've been captured or whatnot.
Appreciate that.
Do you have the sending spell by chance? Or some way of
Glenn?
getting in contact
yes.
with me? Or go ahead.
Yeah, we have sending.
This is excellent. So, when you are ready to go to the Feywild, just let me know, and I can quietly bring you to the tower. I assume you're trying to stay off the streets, so I can get you there and to the portal without any suspicion. And I will contact you when I know more about your people.
We are most appreciative. I'm very glad to see you.
He nods.
Before you go, may I ask a question?
He says, yes, young Aramis. Sorry, I didn't even see you over there behind the couch where Glenn was laying down.
What is, as an archmage, what is the Phoenix Guild's stance on the use of dark magic?
He says, well, could you be more specific? What do you mean by dark magic? It's sort of a catch-all term that many use for fear-mongering of the arcane.
Well,
Do you speak of necromancy?
I speak of magic that alters a body so its soul doesn't match.
He nods. He says, like what happened to you.
Correct.
He says, well, I know that magic being performed against someone without their consent can sometimes be brought to trial. That said, someone as influential as your former keeper, that might be more difficult. He says, I know that she aged you. I didn't know it was against your will, if that's what you're speaking of.
I've a character question I wanted to ask for a little while.
Yeah.
What is the rule of law in this kingdom? Like, what's Hades corpus? I mean, do the condemned need a trial lawyer? I mean, like, what rights do criminals have who are accused of crimes?
So usually trials are held where kind of like a jury of people decides the fate of whoever's on trial, usually consisting of nobility, someone from the church, and someone of like maybe like a little bit of a lower station, almost like a jury duty, and there's kind of like a decision made on what should happen. But the church and the nobility generally have the higher say. So it's not exactly fair. There are like defenders who you can hire to help make your arguments. They're not necessarily called lawyers, but yeah,
Barista
they have more.
or barrister? Barrister, isn't that the old word for it? Yeah,
Yeah, it
barrister.
might be. But yeah, people who have more of a knowledge of the law and can bring it up as part of the trial. But it's not the most fair system just because the nobility and the church have a big say in how many of the
Church of
trials
Paylor.
come out. And a lot of the people who are like lower down, like people who are petty criminals, just kind of get thrown in jail a lot. They don't even really have much of a trial.
This is the Church of Paylor, correct?
Yes, Paylor's, and the Paylor, like the Church of Paylor, is actually much more fair in their rulings, which is kind of a balance to how the nobles will sometimes not be as fair. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a crapshoot because obviously not everyone from the church is going to be completely non-corrupt. Does that
Yeah.
answer your question? It's not exactly a fair system, especially if you're someone who doesn't have much station. But sorry, go ahead. What were you saying, Aramis?
I would just say she may have influence, she may have power in the city, but what she did to me, she's going to do again. And the results may not be the same and could be dangerous to all of you.
He nods and he says, "There are a lot of rumors about the magic's patience has studied and or done. One group you could speak to might be the Crimson Blade, my mage hunters, those of the Phoenix Guild who help in the regulation of magic. They're somewhat separate from the police and from the law system, as magic is often governed and regulated more internally by the guild. That said, if you do go to them, you might be opening a can of worms. It might cause a lot of, well, I don't want to say unrest, but it'll be a fight, if that makes sense. Because they will listen to you, and then it will be a much more open declaration of war against your former keeper.
I will consider it.
He says also it will make things complicated for the guild. I don't know how well. It wouldn't be the first time we've had to police the nobility in their use of magic. But yeah.
We understand that the Blackwaters are occupying our former guild hall at this time. What's the legality there?
They're mostly having people keep watch to see if any of you return. I don't think they're occupying it. The building still does belong to your friend, who is in prison.
Oh, good.
Legally speaking, they haven't claimed it or anything. And I don't think Shock would lose it. He hasn't done anything that heinous.
Good to know.
Might encourage him to rebrand, but
exactly what I was about to say.
Might be a good idea. The Splitlanders' name in the city has definitely been tarnished a bit. No, you still have friends, though.
Yes, of course, it is not known by all the reasons behind our mission, the nefarity of our target, and of course our other good deeds. Unfortunately.
Indeed. As well, as I said, you can use sending to contact me, and I would be able to get you to the Feywild. I hope you can start sooner. If you take too long, I might have to send others in your stead, just because this corruption, if left unchecked, could be a major problem in the future.
Think we have just days, or how long is too long?
He says, if you could go within the next 3 or 4 days, that would be best. Though if things escalate, I will let you know.
We can try, and we will keep you informed as well if there's something that's going to hold us back, so that you can find other messengers or
All right.
envoys.
So he nods and begins casting a spell. Glenn counterspells him. Oh, you jerk. No, he just teleports away. All right.
Okay,
so what do you
well-
wanna
One bridge we haven't burned.
do? All right.
And,
It's
I mean,
good to know
technically-
it's good to know the
Yeah.
wizard still considers us friends.
Yeah, and so we got Neil, and we've got, although we got to keep paying him, and we got Symphony, and we sort of at least have a tenuous understanding with Avenhart.
Do you think?
Even if he
Yeah.
hasn't actually done anything to help us yet, but
Do you think the wizard would what's the term? I think it's let us. I think they say crash on his couch might be cheaper than crashing on in Neil's
Neil's couch.
area.
it's
is
actually not a
expensive.
bad idea. He could probably conceal us as well. I'm sure his office and lodgings are perhaps warded against the magic that he used to find us.
Could be risky for him if it was to come
True,
to
yeah, we definitely
light that
don't
we
want-
were.
Yeah, we definitely
Crashing
don't want
his-
to come back on him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is probably the best.
It was just an
Is it-
idea.
So-
Isn't there a mansion?
Yeah, we
True,
don't
we
have to
could-
stay. We don't have to stay here with Neil. Yeah.
Why are we sleeping on the couch here? We should go to Glenn's mansion. Get some massages.
You guys have a mansion?
Oh, wait till you see it.
It's
There's a
sight to
spa.
behold.
Although I guess we don't have time for such things. It sounds like
When the
like
Black
Alright.
Bars be guarding it also?
the
No,
Magnificent
it's
mansion. Oh, I see.
It's rather extraordinary magic that Glenn, you I don't know why I'm answering for you.
He went back to sleep on the couch.
Oh, okay. He conjures. The mansion doesn't exist on this plane. He conjures a portal that we access it through.
Oh, wow. That's kind of cool.
So it sounds like, honestly, giving that list of names to Symphony might get us more information about our people than anything we might have tried to do ourselves while we're trying to lay low in the city. So what do we need to do here before we think we might want to leave? Should we arrange for legal representation for Shock and anyone else of ours that's in prison? Do we want to shop the black market, pick up any supplies? Are there any other contacts we should be making? What does everyone think?
Well, maybe speaking with the Crimson Blade, did Symphony say they have a headquarters here? The Crimson
They do.
Blade?
Aren't they part of the Phoenix Guild? They're like the militant part?
Yeah, they're like kind of part
Yeah.
of the So we would have to go see them
Is there
if we want to do that, but I don't know if we're ready to kind of open that can of worms, like he said.
Is Symphony in a leadership role over the Crimson Blade, or is there a separate leader that's like Symphony's equivalent?
Sorry, repeat that.
So Symphony's the Archmage, and then the Crimson Dagger is like a militant or police force kind of wing of the guild. Is Symphony in a leadership role over the Crimson Blade people, or is there another like Archmage or like someone that's kind of like a peer of Symphony's that manages that side?
Well, you'd guess that he doesn't directly manage them. There's most likely some kind of captain for their more
Would the
military
structure not
force.
be-
But you
Would the
know
structure not be known by the citizens?
For the city, no one knows really how the Phoenix Guild stuff works.
Okay, so
The
it's
the
real
Crimson
secret.
Blade operate very much in secret because they deal
I
with
see, okay.
arcanists. So
Okay.
yeah, they
I thought as someone who was from Teruvia originally that I might have an idea of how that structure is, but if it's really secretive, then that makes more sense. Yeah.
yeah they are rarely seen doing things. They kind of operate like quietly to try to take down like rogue or um,
Unlicensed magic.
orphaned casters before they do anything bad. So yeah, they try to move quietly. So yeah, he probably overall has a say in what happens with them if he wants to, but you would guess he probably doesn't directly. Like, he has plenty of his own stuff to do
Sure. Okay.
because he's in more
all right.
of the academic wing of the guild. All right. Well, why
I think
don't
our
we
first-
take
yeah,
a
first order.
break? You guys
Yeah,
can
let's
talk about what you want to do. It sounds like you're kind of not sure right now. But yeah, I have a bunch
Yeah,
of
we're just
different
not
ways.
sure how to go about it.
Log, there was something
I'll
with
see
your
guys in
tribe
10.
that we needed to check in on. Is that going to be? Do we need to hop back to the tower, and try and take care of that in these few days? I mean, now that Symphony's agreed to look for our people and give us the information, it might be better. Our time might be better spent if we went back to help your tribe.
Is that going to take us 2-3 days to do that?
We don't know.
That sounds like a larger thing, and I think it can wait for
Okay,
now.
if
I
you
know
think-
things might get a little weird with planes hopping, but yeah, it's tricky.
I think we should wrap up like whatever we're doing in the city. I
Yeah.
mean, as long
Yeah,
like
we
whatever.
have to help them.
I don't think we should spring shock, but I think like basically because no one else but us
Vouching.
were involved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
getting the higher ups to like vouch for him to like, I don't know, bring forth evidence that he wasn't involved. I don't know. Anything
If we like
to-
paid for his legal defense, like kind of in secret, as in like an anonymous, and we can contact him and let him know like what's going on and that, we advise he rebrand. And
Also, you do have 2 people who were not part of the attack with the team, so you could have them do stuff.
True.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, and yeah,
That's
yeah.
true, you guys
Well,
aren't
and even
really-
Aramis might be like, is Aramis wanted for anything? He's.
I
I mean, I guess
not,
we
but
don't want to
he's-
risk. We don't want to risk the
They'd
Blackwater
be like,
trying to kidnap him.
you were
but-
probably there. Yeah, tell us
Yeah,
what
no,
happened.
it's-
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we also think that, like, if we make it known that we leave the city, that maybe they have less reason to hold shock? Like, if we make
Maybe.
them-
Nah, I don't know about that one.
I mean, we could like show up in like Dazoric or one of the other places, and that might be too remote, but like another city in the Empire, and like do something that like makes headlines so that the news travels around the Empire that the Splitlanders were. I don't know how we would do that.
I think out of character, we have to stay on the down low because anything, like again, the patience is like, I'm going to like nail these guys no matter what. If we do anything, she's like, all right, see, I'm going to go and pin it on Shock. We have to interrogate him further. He knows where they are or whatever. Like if we just disappear to the plains.
Like ideally, I wanted to get our people out of the city and take them to the tower or something.
I don't think we need to.
But I do think that it might make Shock look more guilty if we sprung him. And so as long as there is a legal system and I just worry Patience has such influence that I was concerned that she might be able to like get him put to death or something,
Yeah, just
We could have
to get back at us, or just
How
Right.
about me and Jovian go pay him a visit, check how he's doing, if he's not getting tortured or whatever, and then we'll try to organize whatever. Like you give us the money or whatever to.
I think that's a good
organize
idea. That
for
gives you
team
guys
events.
Yeah, that'll give you guys the camera for a bit this session, and I think that's actually a really good idea.
What if, because sending you to the jail to talk to the individual might put eyes on you, what if we sent you to talk to the Avonhearts and say, if they can assist Jock in any way, the Splitlanders will owe the family.
We're not good with persuasion. I don't know how Jovian about your persuasion.
Let me check. -1.
Let's see. My persuasion is wait a minute. Yeah, -1.
So
Okay,
Minus
so
one
I
for
think,
us.
yeah.
We're
So
not
maybe
the
not.
persuasion types. We're not the charismatic
But
fellows.
you guys can hire a lawyer and pay someone. You can visit, public places in the town. I'm sure that there's like some sort of
I mean,
visitor
you-
we
rules at
send a
the
message
prison,
to
right?
Avonhearts to say like we're sending some. I don't know.
I mean, Glenn can talk to them at will. Like he has.
Yeah, and he's
sending-
got,
I mean,
and he's
you know,
got
I
the
don't think that's.
persuasion.
Yeah, Glenn, I don't think. I mean, if you want us to go visit them, whatever, to like deliver something physically, sure. But
Persuasion.
I think we should check on Shock, make sure he's like not like they're not beating the hell out of him in there or like torturing him. Probably not, but you know.
Maybe take him like a modest so that the guards don't confiscate it, but take him some like creature comforts, like a little bit of food and stuff,
Right.
Yeah.
Ideally,
and
I
then,
would like to be able to clear his name so he can continue to,
That's-
thrive in the city.
we
and
can-
then-
Yeah, I don't know.
That
Like
makes
that
sense.
was kind of like when we started the session today, that was kind of that was foremost in my mind, exactly that. But now that we've kind of gotten a little bit of intel, it does
Yeah.
seem like we might have to move more slowly than I'd hoped.
I mean, yeah,
All right, I am
bring
going
in
to
some
step
creature
away for a
comforts.
minute. I'm going to take a break real quick, guys.
Yeah, I think we bring in some creature comforts.
I didn't actually mean to leave the chat. I meant to mute.
Here, bring in some creature comforts. Check he's all right. Well, whatever. We'll bring the money for his legal representation, whatever. And I mean, if I don't know if Glenn sends a little word into the Avonheart saying Shock is fine, whatever, and then I think we just make sure, assuming everything's fine and goes well like that, we go to the Feywild.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I think that's probably good. Yeah, Uslug doesn't like leaving the
Laura,
city
we have to know
knowing
what's
Shock
that.
is still. Oh,
Yeah,
who?
and Laura, we have to figure out where Laura is also. That is,
Right.
she's lost her love, right? This is a very traumatizing time.
Even
for
though it
everyone.
wasn't reciprocated. I think they were still.
Still,
they were
it's still
friends.
close. Like
They were still friends, yeah.
She's still, just because Eli said no doesn't mean she's gonna be like, all right, never mind then, womp womp.
Well, I know, but
So that's what I'm saying. I feel bad for her. And then
Same.
Aramis comes in like, hey there. You want to know who's better looking than that elf over there?
oh,
That would be pretty
yeah, I think-
diabolical, but
yeah.
All right, I'm back.
I'm actually gonna be right back myself.
yeah, so we kind of talked about the plan. I think me and Jovian are gonna go visit Shock, bring him like some, because we're not affiliated with the guys who attacked the manor, so we can come to visit him, bring him some some little like creature comforts, whatever, like bring the money to like organize whoever, like a well-paid defender or something like that. And then we have to figure out where Leroy is also, generally, not just me and Jovian. And then we're ready to go Feywild. So just those two things, and then we're ready for the Feywild.
All right, sounds good. Let me know when you're all back in the chat. In the in-game. Okay.
I never left, so.
Now, remind me, Jovi, do you have Arcana proficiency?
Let me check. No, I don't.
Okay. I didn't think you did, but I wanted to check.
I think we have a very similar. I mean, I'm not. This is not meant to be a scout. I'm not like my characters, but we have very similar proficiencies.
Do you have any of
I'm-
the knowledge proficiencies, like religion or nature?
I have nature, and that's it.
Okay.
Well, you're also part monk, right?
No, I didn't end up.
Okay.
I'm back.
I'm interested to see what Jovi and Garen like can do, but I'm hoping we don't get into any battles in the city again.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
Wait a little
eventually,
longer.
I'm excited to see what they do.
I
We're gonna
definitely
have to
think you
wait a little
guys
longer.
should. Yeah, I definitely think you guys should kind of be commoners, citizens, going about your business. You know, nephews visiting Uncle Shock. I don't know, stuff like just keep it on the down low.
I don't think we are good at lying either.
that's true,
But
yeah.
I was gonna say like, we
Uh,
could say we're with
yeah,
the
I'm not good at
Splitlanders, just not the main group. Like
Oh, I don't think you
like
should
we're some guild
identify yourself
members concerned about him, and I'm just gonna lean and whisper like we're actually with the main guys. You know.
yeah.
I don't think you should tell anyone you're with the Splitlanders.
All right.
No, but like the
So
guild.
looks like we need two
Partial truth.
more. It sounds like Mary's back, and I'm assuming Glenn's here.
I'll bet in the snoozed state.
Yeah. All right. Well, I
Easy.
think we can get going with the 5 of you.
That sure must be crazy comfortable to fall asleep. there.
All right. So,
I just had a thought. So Uslog is kind of like, well, how did what's his name? I'm blanking. The Archmage
Symphony.
find
That's
like know
Symphony,
we were here and just kind of
Screwing.
I'm sure via
yeah.
magic.
So she
yeah.
would probably like use another charge of her gem of seeing, like maybe at like another like a few hours later or something, just to kind of scan and see if anyone else
So
is
you
watching.
would see an orb in the room.
So either Symphony's keeping an eye on us or somebody else is.
Do you,
Hopefully it's
do
Symphony.
you say that
but-
out loud? Do you like point it out?
Yeah.
All right. As you do, it disappears.
If it's Blackwater, then I don't think we'll have to wait very long. If a few hours or more pass, then without something happening, then I would wager that it's not Blackwater. I feel like
yeah,
it would.
they
I
would.
feel like it
There would
move
already
fast.
be. There
Yeah.
would already be like swarms of city guards in here.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
unless they don't know where we are.
Oh,
That's true.
I mean,
Does the
this is
sky-
an indistinct room. Boulder Bottom would say.
yeah, that's actually
That's
a good
true.
point.
So
yeah.
it could be, and if it is the Blackwaters, they could know that you two are with us. So
Aye, that's what
it's
I was
another
gonna
layer
say.
of another layer of
Well, we don't
caution to
know.
take.
I mean, they can't hold us. We weren't like where we haven't been part of. We didn't take part in the attack. We.
Well, if 2 more wanted posters pop up, you know that they might know about you.
If the orb is, we should contact Symphony or ask him. Like we should confirm whether that orb was his, because if it wasn't, then did it observe him here, and that could endanger him.
He strikes me as the type who probably would have checked that.
Agreed, but it still might
'Cause
strengthen
how did
our. I don't know. Yeah.
How did he know where we were? I'm assuming that orb was.
He
his.
said that they had asked him to try to locate us, and I kind of wanted to ask more about that, but there was more important things to talk about. They would kind of change the subject, but like I do wonder, if he refused or was deceitful in any way, or said he couldn't see us.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
we
Yeah,
could
maybe-
have-
well, could be dangerous, Boulder Bottom says. She might still be
could-
looking for someone to scry us if she hasn't found someone already.
Well, okay, we could not take any risks, not go out, just communicate with people via magic, but obviously that's not.
Well, we have to go and see what's outside in the world. I'm fairly confident. I just met you guys. I mean, just because I spoke with you, it doesn't. I'm fairly. If you guys want, I can. I just joined you guys. I can go out, talk to this shock fellow, make sure everything's fine. It's not gonna be that long.
All right, so Estrella would put a little basket of goodies together for Shock. Nothing too extravagant or fancy because she figures the guards would just steal it.
All right, so the two of you are heading over to the council tower.
Yeah.
The big castle.
Yeah.
All right, so you head out. You head through the streets. Say it's about 12. It would be AM. Yeah, that would be 12 PM. It'd be about lunchtime. When you get to the castle, you see there's a bit of a line where people are talking to some of the guards to get in. There's basically, well, you assume they're city guards. You don't know if they're questioning them, but yeah, they talk to them for a little bit, and mostly they're being waved in, with the exception of a few who get turned away. So I'm assuming you're gonna wait in line and approach.
Yeah. Absolutely, just normal.
All right. So yeah, the guards kind of motion for you to come up. One of them says, "All right, state your name and business, please."
Garin.
I'm Jovian, and I think we're here to see someone.
Shock. I don't know his last name. Yeah, Shock.
Says, "Okay."
Do we know his last name?
Jovian, and what was your name?
Garin.
Garin. Okay. And who is the Shock? Is he one of the? Is he a worker? Is he? You have a message for him? Who is he?
He's currently being confined. We're just doing a little visit to him, just to check in on him.
Says, "Oh, someone in the dungeon. It's interesting."
Yeah.
Could you wait here a moment?
Sure.
So he walks over and starts talking to one of the other guards, who sort of looks over his shoulder at the two of you and just nods at him and comes back and says, "All right, follow me, please."
Okay.
So he leads you inside. This is a little bit odd because they didn't send guards with anyone else.
Well, I assume if we're going to the dungeon, plus he's probably a little high profile,
So he leads you down some stairs after you get inside. There's a room there, and he says, "Just wait here a moment." And then he walks out.
Does he close the door?
He closes the door behind him to where he went. Well, there's a door behind that you came through is also closed.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, so both the doors into this room are closed. So I assume you're waiting here for a moment. Unless you tell me you're doing something else.
Yeah, I guess I'm just we're leaning against the wall, waiting.
All right, so a few moments later, the door would open, and several guards would walk in, along with a woman who I don't think either of you would recognize. She walks up to you two and says, "I hear you're looking to speak with one of the prisoners, the man called Shock."
Yeah.
She says, "Are you friends of his? How do you know him?"
I mean, we were affiliated with the the Splitlanders at that guild hall. Done some work for him.
She says, really? You do know they are all currently wanted criminals, yes?
I assume like the top big guys, but I mean, I haven't heard that the guild was shutting down or anything.
She says,
Has that changed?
Are you part of the guild then? Or are you some sort of mercenaries contracting for them?
I'd say contracting. I mean, we haven't filled out any of the paperwork or anything.
She says, well, if you are looking to speak to him, he's currently being held for suspicion for being involved in some pretty serious crimes. Do you have something here, or did you have something you wanted to give him, or a note or something?
Yeah, I have this like little basket of goodies. Just wanted to, stop by, make sure, his head's still on his head.
She gives you a small smile and says, I don't suppose you mind if I look through your basket.
Of course not. I hope there's nothing in the basket, but yeah, no, go ahead.
No, Strayer wouldn't have put anything in that would have gotten
There's like a sword,
Shock and more trouble.
There's like a bow and arrow.
file.
Who's the woman
File.
who we're talking to?
Lockpicks.
You asking her?
Well, no, to you. I don't.
Well, you don't know who this woman or all these guards are. But they
Okay,
seem
can you
to be
describe her
better
physical?
armed than some of the other ones you've seen. What did you say?
Yeah, can you describe her features?
Sure. So she looks like kind of an older woman, black hair, blue eyes.
Okay. Got it.
Very smug looking.
Maybe, yeah. So she looks through the basket for a moment and nods and says, you can take this to him. And I assume I should say it's from Garen and Jovi? Or what's the full name? Jovian? Jovian. From Garen and Jovian?
Yes.
She nods and says, all right, well, I will
Does
him
Jack
the...
even know those names?
Who?
Well, no, I thought. Wait. She's like, wait. Sorry, I didn't understand. Is she saying she'll just take it from us, or like I thought we can go visit him?
Yeah, she's going to give it to him, she says.
I mean, could we stop by visit him? You could come with us. It's no secret. I'm not trying to, do anything.
Well, with the seriousness of his crimes, we're not allowing visitors right now. But if you have a message you wish to give him, I can deliver. I can have my people deliver it to him.
I just want to check on him. Nothing, like we don't want you don't need necessarily. Like I said, you could come with. We're not trying to do anything. We're just trying to see if he's all right.
Give me a persuasion.
Okay. All right. So let's see. I do have one inspiration to use, but no flashes of genius or anything anymore. Let's rock and roll. Oh, 19.
Did you roll?
Yeah. Oh, why is it
you
only
whispered.
to you? Why is it? I don't know why it's only whispering to you.
She says, all right, sure. I suppose I can let you two in. You don't seem like you'd be much of a threat. And she would just lead you deeper into the dungeon. A bunch of guards kind of flanking you all now. And as you enter the room there, now Garen, do you have any type of religious or arcana training?
Nope.
Alright. So I need wisdom saves from the two of you.
Wonderful.
Why am I can't.
Bone.
I don't. Is there any way to not whisper this anymore? I don't know.
It's under
an
the
actual, guys.
options.
Which option?
Under the sheet, like the cog wheel.
Do you have a 2024 sheet or do you have the original sheet?
The cogwheel.
It's like purple. I think.
Yeah, it's like one of the tabs.
Oh,
What
no, I
about
clicked the
you, Jovian?
Yeah.
Can I get a wisdom save? Oh, wait,
Oh,
you
okay.
already sent me one. Okay. So you feel a little weird as you enter the room, Jovian. And you do see Shock kind of over in a prison cell at the other side of the room. She would stop and say, oh, I guess I should ask. I don't suppose any of you had anything to do with the attack he was involved in.
I don't even know what you speak of.
She nods and says, well, I guess another thing I'm curious about. Are the two of you at all familiar with a group known as the Splitlanders?
Not the guild hall, right?
Yeah,
That's
the guild. That's what I thought.
Well, she says
Guild.
beyond the guild, they are a group of mercenaries. There's actually a small group of them. I don't suppose that you two have been in contact with them.
I definitely. I mean, I've heard of their tales.
She kind of looks over at Jovian.
I just got here. I don't know much.
So, as you try to say that, you realize that you can't for some reason.
So much truth.
I didn't lie, though.
You said you don't know much. It was kind of a misleading statement.
Oh, a misleading statement. Okay, I see. I see.
Lies of omission.
I
Yeah, 'cause
see.
getting zone of truth, you can kind of like talk around the.
You can a little bit.
Yeah.
So okay,
little
so
bit to a
you
certain
you
extent.
told her that you just got here. You don't know much.
Yeah.
So she would say, "Well, specifically mean have you met with the Splitlanders group?"
Is she asking with the both of us or just him?
Now she's just looking at him.
Does she know who has failed and who hasn't?
If she cast it, she would.
Okay.
Who are, like, I know of the group.
She says, well, my question was, did you know of them? All right, she's going to ask, okay, so she says, you know of them. Well, have you met them by chance, like in person?
Well, like, I'm part of the guild, like, the...
That would be a lie, though, if you said that.
Oh, you're right.
So you would think of saying that, but as you try, you realize you can't. And like a little smile is kind of curving on her, the edge of her lips now. She says, "Is something wrong?"
No, I don't. I just don't understand what.
What's the problem here?
What the issue is.
She says, "It's just some questions to make sure you're not affiliated with criminals. It is a bit suspicious that you've come to speak with someone who is accused of a bit of a heinous crime. We're currently trying to track down the people who attacked the Blackwater household, and I just want to make sure that neither of you are somehow affiliated with them." And she kind of motions to one of the guards who walks out of the room behind you. And she says, "It's a simple question. Either you've met with them or you haven't."
Legally, I don't have to answer your question.
You invoking habeas corpus?
Yeah.
I refuse to answer under the grounds it might incriminate me.
Yes.
So,
Could you please describe them?
As you're sweating a bit, you would hear a voice in your head. It says, "You owe me one. You can lie."
Oh, okay.
I don't think I've ever heard of these Splitlanders. Like I know the what's
Guild.
the guild hall, but I th- I don't I just don't really know. I don't really know what you're talking about. Like I've heard of them, but I haven't met with them.
So her eyes narrow a bit at that. And she says, "Really?" And she kind of looks back at Garen as well.
Could you
Sighs a bit
describe
and
them?
says, "All right. Well, you may talk to your friend then. Make it quick."
Good job, guys.
You're not
That
sure
was-
who that voice in your mind was, though.
Yeah, I don't know who that was.
Hey,
I had a couple ideas.
Shock. We brought you some goodies. How are you hanging in there, man?
He says, "You guys crazy? What are you doing?" Oh wait, he wouldn't know who you are. He
No.
says, "Hey, thanks. Who are you guys?"
Yeah, we're from the
Guild.
He says, "Sorry, I guess I just don't recognize you. I have met a lot of guild people. Well, thanks for coming to see me."
Is
kinda-
Patience like hovering over us right now?
She is in the room. She's probably listening in, but she's not like standing right next to you. She's kind of like off to the side. He says, it's dangerous for you two to be here. You know, once we get this figured out, I'm pretty sure we'll be reopening Splitlander Hall, but, you know."
Why? I mean, you didn't. You didn't do anything with the. You don't have anything to do with the incident, right?
He says, "No, but still, I mean,"
And so what's the problem?
he says, "The name of the guild is after a group that attacked one of the houses. So it looks suspicious." He says, "It doesn't matter if I was actually involved. It matters what can be proven or what's going to be said once they hear or once they have a hearing."
Well, I mean, you're under. I mean, I think I would tell. I know we're in the zone of truth because we were told we were in the zone of truth.
Yeah, I think at this point you actually can detect it too. Like, I think you know when you're affected by it. If
I mean,
remember this
we're
well.
we're in the zone of truth. This is not some big secret, and you didn't participate in attack. You had no idea about the attack, didn't aid in the attack. Obviously, we didn't do anything about it either. So
well.
I don't understand what the problem.
The zone of truth is actually outside my cell, he says. You guys aren't in it anymore. They were questioning me out over there. But
Well,
yes,
still,
they know that I wasn't involved in the attack or anything like that. It's still... I'm just not sure, he says. But I'm hoping things go smoothly.
Well, I have. I mean, obviously, even with the tarnished reputation and whatnot, I'm sure you have your friends who will watch out for you. And as I say that, I make sure I'm not, and I kind of look at him, I look at in his eyes when I say that, but I'm not facing her when I say that statement.
All right.
God damn, this man has aged even more.
He's seen some stuff. So he gives you like a curious look for a moment, and then says, "Well,
I give him a smile.
I'll do my best, but yeah, don't worry too much about me. I mean, any help the guild can get me from the outside. I mean, I don't know who you're in touch with, but any political help would be appreciated. You know, our guild has friends. I've talked to some of them, but I don't know. Maybe you all can get in touch with some others while you're out there.
Yeah, we'll definitely try our best. I give him like a pretty like a warm smile.
He says, "Thanks, I appreciate it. Tell everyone I said hi."
Musty in here.
He says, "Yeah, it's very musty." All right. So, Patience says, "Is that everything?" Now
Yep,
seeming a
yep.
bit less happy about the results of this.
No, thank you, ma'am. I do appreciate it.
Escort them
And
out.
I am.
And the guards quickly, move you from the room. Alright, so what do you want to do?
You're on her radar now, guys, even if, you got away with this.
Well,
She's
see.
watching you.
We'll
You
see.
see her
I don't
raise
know
an
enough
eyebrow.
to answer
You
questions.
guys got to be really careful coming back to us.
I don't
Yeah,
know
you
enough
see.
to answer questions.
You
So
better
you're-
just go to an inn and rent a room.
That's good. That's good.
So you're kind of hurried out to the gate, and they, just move, wave you along. So what are you doing?
Oh. So okay, I made the joke about the picture, but did he seem haggard or like normal? Like he's in the
He
right
seems
condition, obviously.
stressed, but there was nothing obviously, he didn't seem like he was upset or exhausted. He just seemed a little stressed, probably a little tired, but not like he was being tortured or anything.
Okay. All right. Well, glad to see that he's doing all right. Yeah, to Jovian, I'm saying that.
Yeah, he seemed fine. He just seemed a little nervous.
All right, I understand that. They got him quite secure in there. So
He seemed like he was pretty confident in him not doing anything.
yeah, but he didn't do anything.
So I don't see why he's being held then.
Well, if I had my guess, that lady we met is probably. I have an idea who Patience Blackwater is. I don't know if it's her, but I'll say my guess is she might have something to do with it. Seemed a little personal for her.
I would assume, yeah, she got pretty annoyed.
Also, how did? You did a good job of that little the zone where we were under. How did you? Sorry. Can you, if you get in that, can you flagrantly lie in the zone of?
So does Garen know that he was in a zone of truth? I know he knows something tried to affect his, his
Well,
wisdom.
I think we were told. Right?
No, she never said anything. She just
No,
walked you in there.
Symphony said, yeah, he's going to be throwing it, he's going to be held and questioned under zone of
Doc
truth.
said there was a
Oh,
zone
well,
of
yeah,
truth.
but he didn't say, that you guys would be questioned under a zone of truth. I mean, I guess you could make, give me an untrained religion check. Maybe you've heard of how this sort of thing works, 14.
There you go.
Yeah, so maybe from what happened and feeling the magic, you might think that, yes, you were both in a zone of truth, which would possibly make you curious of how Jovian was able to blatantly lie.
Yeah, I was like, how did you lie? How did you do that?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know. Somebody said I owed them, I heard a voice in my mind, somebody was helping me. But I don't know what it was.
You been hearing voices before?
Actually, I have, but I don't think it was the same.
Well, I don't know. I guess we all
Yeah,
come from
odd.
we all have our own strange upbringings, I guess.
Yes, we do.
It's not as concerning in D&D to hear voices in your head.
It's kind of typical with this group.
Yeah, everyone basically has that. Oh yeah, so yeah. So I guess we start heading back, and
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna pay attention if we're getting followed.
Yeah, that would probably be a good idea. Just to make sure.
Why is Glenn set to Gregory Duvall?
I was just about to ask.
The dead cleric.
Whoops.
Wow, that's a blast from the past.
All right, so you
So,
guys.
does Glenn know that? So Jovi, he only So it's not public knowledge that he's hearing voices. Then.
Well, yeah, they're
No.
not even
He
back
just
yet.
shared it
This
with-
was
It's just
Yeah.
between the two of us. Yeah.
You just
Yeah,
Yeah,
shared it
because I'm
with
just
Karen.
like thinking to myself, like Glenn cast sending, and it's like, hello, hello,
starts
We
messing
don't-
with
the
you.
voice in your head.
I believe with sending, you do know who is sending you the voice, though.
This is not Glenn Whisperwind.
know them.
We don't know that you're a troll yet.
This is not the. This is
Oh,
not
they're
the
soon to
bard in
learn.
your party.
Well,
You're totally reuniting with his family.
are you two heading back, or are you going somewhere else?
I think we first see if we're getting followed.
Yeah, just walk
give me perception checks.
Ooh, wonderful.
Let's go.
Shit, I meant to
36.
send.
Whoa.
Let's go.
I-
All right.
I intended to send
Uh,
Slurp with you guys, and I totally
so-
forgot.
You're not
Alright.
very good at a lot of things, but apparently you are good at this. Yeah, you do think you are being followed by someone. They're being
guys
pretty
need to go to
subtle,
an-
but yeah, you think
We're
you've
just
seen
built
someone
different.
several times in the crowd.
I look at him as like, you see them also, right?
Yeah.
So you want to do the classic split up circle around, the deal?
Yeah, just like sneak out crowd and just try to get away.
Yeah, I mean, you could try to lose them by stealthing.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, so you're going to try to disappear into the crowd. Go ahead, give me stealth checks.
31.
Alright.
Nice.
So, yeah, like...
How do you have plus 15? How does that happen? Go ahead.
We got two new sneaky boys.
So yeah, Jovian would disappear into the crowd, and Garen as well. You, I guess Garen, give me another perception check.
Absolutely locked in.
All right, so you're not sure where Jovian went, but you do think you're still being followed. You don't think you lost the guy yet.
Okay, I'm gonna go to an inn. Just
So I'll
And
say
sit
you've
on.
been trying to give him the slip for a while. I'll say it's about 2 o'clock now. Jovian, you got back to the group though. Do you want to? Okay, so you guys are all there. Jovian would come in alone, which is a little bit concerning.
Shock seems to be doing fine.
Wait, you're missing someone.
Oh, yeah. I think I left him behind by accident.
It's like
we were, so we thought someone was following us, so we both just split up to try to find our way back and lose him. I lost him and made it back. I don't know if he's been able to escape yet.
Oh.
We'll give him some time and then figure out what to do next if he doesn't show up.
We can try to either contact him magically or locate him magically if we don't hear from him or see him.
Yeah, that's probably
It's probably better to let him try to stay low.
Alright, so you both are waiting, or you all are waiting. Garen, what are you going to try
With
to
the net?
do? You've
With a
been
nat
trying
20,
to
do I
lose
know
this guy
who's
for a
following
couple
me?
of hours, but he's somehow still on your tail.
Oh
With a nat
wow.
20, can I see how good he's following me?
Well, I mean, you ducked into
I mean,
the
like,
crowd
he
a few
gets-
times, and you're still, like, every now and then you look, and you are still seeing him in the area, kind of moving with you.
Oh, sorry. I mean, like, do I see his physical characteristics? How does he look? How does he,
He looks human. Nothing obviously, like he's not wearing armor. He has a sword at his side, but most people do. Yeah, dressed in a fairly normal fashion, like he might be someone who's of middle class or so. The only reason you noticed him is because you kept seeing him behind you when you were moving, but
Well, I'm gonna
nothing stands out
increase-
about him.
My walking speed is very fast, so I'm gonna start increasing my pace. Like, he would have to like start booking it to just try to keep up with me.
All right, so you're gonna try to like instead of stealthing, just like outrun him.
Well, I'm gonna start like trying to pace him, like and if eventually if I don't lose him that way, then yeah, I would circle back around and talk to him.
All right, I guess give
Yeah, I'll try to run.
me. So you said you're trying to kind of outrun him, right? Outpace him.
Yes.
I guess that would be athletics.
Can I ask for acrobatics also?
Well, I don't know. Acrobatics is more like dexy, like flips and stuff. Like long-term quick movement is more like athletics. It's not as much an issue in battle because they're just short bursts, but when you're going for a while trying to remain quick, it would be more athletics.
Athletics, I'm not good at athletics.
You get tired easily.
Yeah, but my walking speed is like, well, you see my walking speed. it's very fast.
Yeah, but you are kind of in difficult terrain with the crowds. But yeah, I guess unless you want to try to do something else, I probably would say for longer term trying to lose him, it would be more of that.
Actually, you know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna go to an inn,
Okay.
and I'd probably message Jovi and say, the Bozo's still following me. All fine.
Okay.
All right, so he checks in with Jovian. All right, so yeah, you go in the inn. You're greeted, and the innkeeper asks if he can get you a room or anything. Go to the bar.
Just drink light.
All right, so you go sit down at the bar. Keeping an eye out with your passive perception, you kind of see the guy is in the back area of the inn, kind of passing by the window, glancing in every now and then. Are you trying to hide from him, or are you just kind of sitting there?
Just sitting there.
Okay, so yeah, you think he is kind of keeping a watch from outside at this point.
Oh, is he inside or outside then?
He's currently outside. I'll say like maybe looking through one of the windows, but still like making like he's doing other things, like browsing some nearby merchant wares or something. But yeah, he hasn't actually entered the inn.
At some like I'd say after like is he still there after an hour?
He would be, yes. So I'll say you pass an hour having some drinks at the inn.
Can I if he passes the window, can I just stare at him and just wave him over to come to me?
So you're gonna try to wave him over?
Yeah, like, all right, enough of this. He's coming over here.
If you wave at him, he would pretend he didn't see it.
I just stare at him like, really? I give him the look. I just stare at him. Not like stare him down. I'm just like give him the really look.
All right. If you stare at him for a while, he will leave. You don't see where he's gone.
I was gonna offer him a drink. Okay.
Yeah, you're not sure where he is anymore. He just kind of walks off.
Tip the bartender and just gonna head out.
All right. Are you still trying to be stealthy?
I mean, yeah, I'll try. Yeah.
Give me a stealth check. Alright, so you're fairly confident you gave him the slip. You don't see him anywhere. If he's still watching you, then he's doing it from a very hidden position. You quickly make your way through the crowd, getting back to your group about a half hour later.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, you know, small,
Glad to
dark,
see
and
you
handsome
got
was
back in one piece.
small, dark, and handsome was following me.
Well, it's good you were able to give him the slip. Took you a while, though.
I mean, he's just got. I assume. I assume the Blackwires have good people following him. Listen, I tried inviting him over in for a drink. You know, just try to get it over with, but didn't seem too interested.
Hopefully he didn't see where you went. Even if he did, he'd have to... All he'd know is we're somewhere in the black market. Wouldn't be surprised if they already had people down here looking for us.
Yeah. Perhaps you two might want to engage in some disguises in the next couple days as well, or however long we stay here, just to ensure, if you go out, just to minimize the risk.
Well, you're on Patient's radar, or he wouldn't say radar. You're on Patient's
Radar.
knows of you now, so she might be on the lookout for you in the city. Maybe not to arrest you, but try to figure out where you went. If I remember correctly, Eli, Morden rest his soul, he was being followed by some of Patient's people at one point.
Out of character, and so was Estrella, but
Yeah,
in
yeah.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met the slave. I'm gonna hazard it might have been her, like black hair, blue
That sounds
eyes.
like her.
She's giving the classic devious smile when we tried to talk to Shock.
They must still be questioning him.
I assume Jovian told you, but she seemed fine. Not even tired. A little probably nervous. I don't blame his situation, but I
Did
gave him
he
the message.
give
He
you
says
any
it's
ideas
high.
of how we can help him best?
He said politically he needed help.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know what political
think
party
we
you guys
should-
have.
I think we should anonymously, or maybe IR can help with this, anonymously hire the best defense barrister, whatever, to help
Oh,
Shock during his trial. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Perhaps
you
Seven
know,
Hearts can help with that
perhaps.
anonymously.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
we don't need to have any
I
names
shall,
attached to it. It's just Shock defending himself, as far as the city knows.
All right, so you're gonna try to get in touch with someone to get a good defense for him. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we would ask around with Neil's people, but honestly, we don't need someone shady. We just need someone really good at the law because Shock is innocent.
Neil says.
Yeah.
He's a very honorable man, so I
Neil
would be
says,
fine
I
with.
got plenty of guys. We deal with the law a lot down here.
yeah.
Okay.
Who's the mob lawyer? Who's the chief mob?
the
Yep,
mob
let's
lawyer.
do it.
He says,
Let's do it.
cheap.
Who's the
We
cartel
don't
lawyer?
got cheap people, my friend. We got good people. This
Who's
is
the cartel
this
lawyer?
is the blood hand. We
Right.
don't hire schmucks.
How much do you want for it?
Well,
This
I
is,
mean, yeah.
well, I mean, Shock. If what you said is true, then Shock has a pretty good chance, assuming he has the right people on his side. I can get you a good guy, or I can get you an okay guy. It just depends
Good.
on how much you want to.
Good guy.
How about a great guy?
Yeah.
Great.
Best you've got.
Best. Oh, you guys. That's right. You guys are pretty rich, huh?
Not really, but
Mm,
Taps his chin. He says,
but we will spend it on Shock.
Maybe Boris. Yeah, Boris might be good for this.
Boris.
Yeah, the Russian mob.
This is me, Boris. He's not there. Shock. You tell him you're not there. You tell him you're not there. This is what Boris says. It's like, what? You're not there. You don't know what they're talking about. He says, yeah, no, I got a guy. He's a little expensive.
So do we think it would be should we meet with this guy, or would it be better to go through an intermediary like Neil or Ira to hire him, since we are so
I
wanted?
can set it up for you guys. He does charge a good amount. I have to go talk to him and see what he wants for the case, but you don't have to worry. We can get Shock.
Our main goal is just Shock having the best representation. So
Yeah, because I'm sure Neil, Neil and Shock go back a bit too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how their relationship was back in Char, but
no, he helped kidnap me, and I got beat almost to death by a wooden horse.
yes, but then
It was like kinda-
there. Never mind.
looks a little guilty.
He says, "Yeah, no, I love the guy. Anyway, I can get you a lawyer. It's fine. Or I can get you a barrister. I don't hold grudges.
Appreciate it.
I'll have a price for you, and I'll say by the end of the day."
Excellent.
Or
How much money?
I could be the lawyer.
Objection from the couch.
Well, except that you are kind of at the epicenter of this.
Hey, words, guys. I wear a poofy hat and poofy hair.
Neil says, "Weren't you
Yes.
part of the party that broke into her house?"
Yes, that's why they'll never see it coming.
Plot twist.
You got some nerve on you. I mean,
I give.
I
Glenn
can
a look
respect
like,
it, but it seems dangerous. So what? You
give
guys
Glenn a
don't want
strange look.
Boris?
Wait, if Boris is the best, then yes, we want Boris.
Boulder
Correct.
Bottom says, "Well, I mean, Glenn did start a revolution in a fire giant city. Maybe Glenn's
Yeah,
the
did Boris
best."
do that?
Glenn, are you saying you want to represent Shock? Because I think if you show up as his lawyer, you're going to get arrested.
He just
I'll be in
he just has like
disguise.
just a fake beard on and like googly glasses. Hello, everyone. I'm here to defend Shock. Who's that guy? I
Out
don't
of
know.
character, this would be the most legendary stunt
It-
ever.
Honestly, with Glenn's roles, he would probably pull it off.
Whenever I try to get you guys into your next mission, you just pull me
Yeah, but-
away. You're like, how about I defend Shock?
Because I just when I was thinking about it, that's why I was asking earlier. I was trying to ask earlier about like habeas corpus and stuff like that, and I you guys got sidetracked. But I was like, because I was thinking, I'm like, maybe I could be his lawyer. Like, or I was like, does he get a lawyer? That's why I was like, oh, if he does, I could do it.
Yeah,
I
you can
agree.
hire a defender.
I agree that Glenn would make an excellent defense attorney, but Glenn is wanted.
I'll be in this guy.
Yeah.
I will go
There's-
disguised as a Southern Colonel.
They're gonna,
I'm not.
I'm
no, I
not some
don't do it, no.
fancy city lawyer.
But how well versed are you in the intricacies of the laws here?
I'm very versed in breaking them.
Slug gives him a look. Oh, rolls her eyes a little bit.
If Boris has a excellent record of success, then I think it might be worth. What it was Boris? Did you say, Lou?
Yes, Boris
Neil
versus
says,
Glenn.
yeah, Boris.
Let's just
He's like
pay
our best
him
guy.
and not. Let's not risk. Well, I don't know. Okay, we're taking Neil's word on this. Maybe we can contact Lady Avenhart and just see if she has any recommendations of
Boris,
barristers?
attorney at law.
yeah, just in case Boris is like
It's me, Boris. Hello,
a
everyone.
fraud or something.
Can I do inside check on how good Boris actually is?
Maybe Glenn can be his like backup attorney. He can have the southern accent, and Boris could have the Russian accent.
Good roll,
This might be the greatest thing ever.
Why?
A+.
My name Boris.
Dream
Boris
team.
Karloff.
No, you have the southern accent. He has the Russian accent.
I'm not no city slicker, lawyer bird, but
Yes, Boris as well. He agrees with. I don't even know what accent I'm doing anymore. That's not really.
I tell you.
Oh god.
Alright, so what does the group actually want to do? Are we
We're doing
gonna?
inside
I think
I'll
double
go first.
checking. Yeah, double checking
Boris's
with the Evanharts
credentials?
I
is a
think
good idea, though.
I think we are probably gonna hire Boris, but let's Glenn, if you would connect with Lady Avenhart and see if she has any recommendations on someone to defend Shock.
Is she gonna want to talk to us though? I mean,
Yeah,
didn't she
she's
tell
gonna
us
be-
not to?
Talking to us doesn't endanger her. We're not gonna like show up on her doorstep. Talking to us via magic doesn't endanger her.
Well, yeah, but when I did my sending, she seemed, she really didn't seem like she wanted to help.
Then Symphony, maybe Symphony would have some leads on. I don't know. I'm fine with hiring Boris, but I also thought it might be good to get other recommendations.
Yeah, or just like someone that vouches for, or like someone that knows Boris's work that can, confirm that he's good, as good as Neil says.
References.
Yes, please.
I feel like I
I'm trying to
know
think
how
of
to
the
do a
words.
Russian accent until I try to do one that turns into like a Romanian accent. I'm like, wait, that's not right. Sorry, go ahead. What's you said you're going to speak with Symphony?
Yeah, let's hire Boris, and I think we still have to find out where.
All right, Neil says I'll go speak with Boris and see how much he wants. It's a kind of a high-profile case, so maybe he'll be willing to work to get clout.
Yeah. Winning, yeah, exactly. Winning it would give him some good, yeah.
All right, so we passing time till Neil comes back with that quote, or does anyone want the camera to do some stuff?
How can we? I guess we need to find Laurel.
Find who?
Yes. Laurel.
Oh, Laurel. That's right. You guys were gonna look for her. So where did you want to look for Laurel? Or how are you gonna find her?
Can we ask Neil if he's
I
there
mean,
with the eyes?
We could message her. I can't use my.
I don't know
Raven.
who she is, so I can't message her.
Oh yeah. Well, that's got a range anyway, huh?
She might be in hiding with Glenn's spies. They're probably somewhere hiding out.
Well,
I
did we?
thought they were here with us.
Yeah, they're with us.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh, did they get here? I missed that in my notes.
Oh,
They-
is she with
okay,
us?
with the
No,
They
dog.
had- They
oh, go
had
ahead.
Ruby. The spy.
Right,
That's
right,
right.
right.
They
Okay,
had
so they
Ruby,
are here.
yeah.
I forgot they came back with her. All right, I'm gonna just make a note of that.
So was Laura with them, and we just didn't?
No,
notice her 'cause
she
she's hiding in
wouldn't
the
have been
shadow?
then. That was just Boulder Bottom suggesting that.
Damn.
But yeah, if they're with
And
you, then no.
I will try to locate her then.
Okay.
I know. I know it's not super effective, like because of the range, but just like to see if she's, in the shadow market or something. I guess. Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna cast it again.
Yeah.
All right. Are you walking around or?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? Yeah, I would get my disguise re-upped by somebody. Like, let me know if I need to pay for that here in the shadow market. But I would get a new disguise, different each day, and walk around a little bit, and then try to locate her.
So I'll say it costs like 50 gold pieces to get another disguise done if you do it in the shadow
yeah.
market.
I will track that. Although, actually, Estrella gave Neil all her money. She tossed her whole coin bag to him last session. So
Yeah,
I will take it from the bag of holding.
Yeah. Would we have left the money in there when we cleared our bag out?
We left
At the-
a little bit, but not a
cool.
lot.
Okay. Uslag still has almost 300 gold pieces. So.
All right, so you pay 50 for the disguise. You do locate creature, and I guess you walk around the market for a while, though you don't sense her in range.
Okay.
So you don't think she's in the black market. It's about 4:30
All right.
now.
So yeah, I mean, later in the
Well,
day
I'm sending.
when I regroup, yeah, I'll let the others know, and we'll suggest perhaps ascending. Yeah.
Okay. You gonna do sending?
I don't have it, but I will suggest it for Glenn. Yeah.
What?
Bro was only wanted to be the lawyer, and after that he
He lost interest. He went back to bed on the couch. Are you there, Glenn?
Yeah, I'm here.
They want you to cast Sending.
Do you have him?
No,
You-
to find Leroux.
Oh, okay. I figured we were gonna do that eventually. Glenn will cast Sending and to Leroux and say, "Hey, girl, where you at?"
Alright, go ahead and link the spell. So you do a 3rd level Sending. She would answer, I don't know where I am. I've been captured by someone.
Oh no.
I don't know. They have me blindfolded and tied up.
He relays that information.
that's not good.
Well, shit, yeah. Okay.
That doesn't sound legal or official like what Shock's got going on.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
Assuming it is the Blackwaters.
I mean, that's very likely.
Breaking part 2, guys.
I think,
And she-
yeah, she wouldn't be able to say much else with only the 25 words.
Okay. Well, shit.
What time of day is it at this point?
It is 4:30.
Wait. Yeah, I think I would use some wild shapes and stuff to go closer to the black water. I would use Pass Without Trace and a wild shape and try and get closer to the Blackwater Manor and then cast another detect person or detect creature.
Is that place
Locate.
still standing?
I don't know. I mean,
It was heavily damaged, but the house is still standing. Yeah.
it's such a big house though that they
Probably
probably
made a lot of stone.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
maybe some rooms have become unusable,
Mountain's
but
on
they've
fire,
got-
guys. I mean, the mountain was on fire.
Well, a lot of houses were stone-like, I think, though. Yeah.
At least parts of them. All right. Well, so you head over there.
So I will
What
cast.
are
Let me
you
just.
disguised as? Like what type of?
I haven't. I'm just a commoner. But like a different, like a wig and makeup and different clothing or something, than what I've worn before. And I will expend a Pass Without Trace, and I will expend a locate creature. Well, I guess that's actually after I get closer, and I will
All right. Well, give me a stealth roll first.
also she will use her. Well, I guess she can't do invisibility and
I'll give
Pass
you
Without Trace.
advantage because you're disguised.
Actually, you know what? Should she use invisibility or Pass Without Trace? She'll use Pass Without Trace. All right, so stealth plus 10 and advantage. You said so 29.
All right. So yeah, you quickly make your way through the streets, mostly staying out of view of anyone. As you get closer to the estate, you hear the sounds of construction. Sounds like they're rebuilding a couple of areas of the house.
Yeah.
Um,
So I'm gonna continue into the fields to get closer to the house.
all right. So you see some people working the farms. You're still pretty stealthy, so I'll say they haven't noticed you.
I will avoid them.
All right. So where are you going?
Skirt around them, yeah. And use the crops for cover.
Okay. So yeah, where
And
exactly?
I'm trying to get within 1,000 feet of the estate.
All right. Go ahead and move your token where you want to go.
Oh, okay. Let me see here.
All right. So you're making your way across the fields. The Pass Without Trace is making you very hard to see, and most of the people are busy anyway, so no one spots you as you go over there.
So then when I get close enough to the house that I feel like it would be effective, I will cast. And this would drop my Pass Without Trace, but I'm like hunched down and well hidden before I do this.
Okay.
I will cast the locate creature. And try to
Alright.
see if I can sense Laro.
So you use your magic, but you don't sense her within the map.
Okay. I thought that might be the case, but I thought it was worth trying. All right. So
Block against that, or
yeah, I mean, if there's anti-scrying, then I don't think I would find her.
There's a chance there's anti-scrying. I don't think locate creature would tell you that. But yeah,
Yeah.
if there's anti-scrying in here, that could be a reason why you're not detecting her, or she's not in there.
Yeah. So yeah, no real answers there. All right. I think I'm gonna go invisible and go cat and meow 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 through the city.
Yeah, so I'll say as an invisible cat, you're not gonna have any problems. You can go ahead and move.
Well, I mean, I'm only invisible for an hour, but I think it would get me mostly like back to the guild, yeah, to the thieves or the underground, whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean it wasn't even an hour to get over here. It's probably
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's probably like
Because she
maybe
can't
close
cast
to-
while she's wild shaped, but she can concentrate on something she previously cast after wild shaping. So yeah.
Okay, so at this point, it's probably about 6 when you get back. Was anyone else using that time to do anything, or were you all just sitting around? All right, so you make it back
Yeah.
to the underground, meeting up with your group in the safe house.
And I would share with the others that I tried to confirm whether what's her name? It's not
Laro.
Lenore. Laro.
Laro.
Is held with the Blackwater Estate, but I got inconclusive like readings.
It's a
Where
bit
could she
strange.
be?
Hey, Glenn! Glenn! Wake up! Do you have scry? Can you scry like?
I don't think he's ever used.
I think it was Hohenheim.
I mean, if I think I can review. I need to do some studying and review my books.
So what about you,
but
Aramis? You're an arcanist. Can you do it?
No.
You can shoot me
I could
with
do it
lightning.
tomorrow. I just need to refresh my memory on. I haven't used these types of magic in a while.
All right. Well, oh, there we go. He says, "Good on you, Estrella. We got our own
Yeah.
scryer."
I might need some expensive components though.
Oh,
That's okay.
I don't got much money. Don't look at me.
No, I wasn't asking you. Roldo.
Everyone looks at Uslog.
My coin purse is getting a little light, but
Yeah,
as long as
left
I've
a
got
lot
enough money for Boris.
But we
Yeah.
we could go back to the I could take us back to the tower tonight if we want to pass our evening there, and we could grab some more cash because it does seem like we are spending.
Yeah, and I'll spend whatever we need to. I just don't have it on me
Yeah.
right now.
I'm not super good at this kind of magic, but I think that I have some magic that would give us at least some clues. But I need. You said it's like 4 p.m., did you say?
When you get back, it's about 6.
Oh, 6. So is the market closed, or could I go to the market and try to find specially marked sticks, bones, or similar tokens worth 25 gold?
No, you could go. The market's still open.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go try and find some
You
like.
could actually go to
little-
the black market and find those things probably too.
Well, that's what I meant was the
Oh,
black
okay.
market.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to go find some of the like rune tokens. I think is what I would do.
All right. Were you saying something, Aramis? I thought I heard you talk.
If it's brought up that we could go to the tower, Aramis would say, if we can get Ruby out of this city as quick as possible, I would much appreciate that.
I think
Yeah,
that's
so
a good
perhaps
idea.
visiting the tower is a good idea, and then coming
Yeah.
back with. Yeah.
And I think
Wait,
both
that was the mansion.
both Estrella and Glenn can get the party back to the tower tonight if we want.
Well, if he
We have a
if he
tower and a
wakes up,
mansion.
bolt
Yeah, if he
upon
wakes
him.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Jeez,
Oh.
you guys are doing really well.
So yeah, do we want to?
It depends on the way you look at it.
So we could go back to the tower and take the spies that we did meet up with that had Ruby and get them back to the tower. We could go and spend the night at the tower tonight and come back in the morning. And then I could prepare augury and see if it gives us any clues.
That sounds like a plan. I agree. We should probably get the innocents out of this place anyway. Are we shacking up here for another 100 gold?
No, we're gonna just if we're going tonight to the tower, we'll just sleep there.
Stay there, yeah.
That's probably a
Come
good
back
idea.
first thing.
You guys have a guild hall, you have a mansion,
Well,
a tower. Wow.
Had a guild hall.
So how much did the materials cost so that I can do augury tomorrow? I mean, it's worth 25 gold is what the spell says.
So
It doesn't consume it.
give me a
It
persuasion
does not.
check.
It does not consume it. It does not consume it. Yeah.
I'll say
Yeah.
you ask around the
But
market
we're
a
at
bit.
the black market, so they might not give it to me at cost. So okay, persuasion. Ooh, look at that.
Alright, so I'll say
Reluctant today.
you use your old lady bargaining skills.
I remind
And,
him of his auntie.
It's like, I don't know about that price, young man. No, silvery barbs, get out of here. I'll say you get the ingredients for only 20 gold pieces.
Oh, perfect. All right, I'm taking those. Sorry, it's like
Talk
I'm
'em
taking those
down.
from your bag because I already spent all my money.
From the bag of holding? That's fine. Or from
Yeah,
my
yeah. So,
inventory,
and you said, okay, so 20. All right. So then I'm just going to change this. Yep. All right. So she has the components now for augury, which I've never actually done in any of my druids. I've never used it in any of my druids, but I'll
I
try it in the
love augury.
morning. Yeah. And then tonight, either Glenn can teleport us or I can do the transport via plants and we can go back to the tower. And that will make sure that whatever happens with Shock and the other stuff we're doing, Ruby is safe and the spies and the rest of the people we already have at the tower are there to protect her.
Like,
Boulder
I-
bottom.
yeah.
Or go ahead.
I just a little out of character. I love augury just because I like to use it as a coin because that's why I just figure like heads is a wheel, tails as well, and if it's both, it just like lands on its side.
Yeah.
That's a good visual for it.
Yeah, it's a fun little thing.
So Boulder Bottom will say, well, I'm a little concerned about Leroux. If she's not at the Blackwater house, we don't know who has her. Just a little worried that we can't find her.
Yeah, I think we intend to come back tomorrow and keep seeking her. And it's unfortunate we did not include her in the list that we asked Melody to
Do you think she's going to
investigate.
be okay till tomorrow?
I don't
We
know.
have no other
I-
choice. We don't know.
what do we have any magic that can give us any other choices? Does anyone have any magic that would help us
I
decide
forgot that,
where she is and what we could do for her?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not. I didn't learn the spell locate spy, so.
Locate spy.
She just
And
takes
of
the-
course, two of our members I think have never met her, so
Yeah,
I mean, could we get more details from her if we message her again?
oh yeah, we could do that, I guess.
Maybe
Yeah.
she, heard
Like how
something, or...
was she unconscious when she was transported, or was she awake but like blindfolded, so she might like be able to tell us like kind of the length of time that she was transported? I don't know, so that we have some sort of idea of distance. Like, is she in the city? I guess.
Yeah. Do you want to try to message her with sending?
I guess. What should I? He kind of looks at me. What should I ask?
Any details of the duration of
Who took her,
her-
I guess?
of her like travel when she was being taken, or like when she was moved?
Yeah, has anyone spoken
Any
to her?
or any weird voices or vision, like any, if she's been blinded, she
So-
might not have seen anything, but any voices that were unusual or clues or like if she was able to see something, like any details.
She's gonna cap sending and just say, "Start talking to me. Tell me tell me every detail you possibly can." Or no, because she has to send back 25 words. So I just say, tell me any important details you can about anything that happened, so we can find you.
She says, I was moving through the black market when suddenly I was unconscious, and when I woke up, I don't know if it was a sleep spell. Probably wasn't, because I'm an elf. Oh, wait, no, this is not. Yeah, she's an elf. But when I woke up, I was bound, gagged, and blindfolded. So I have no idea where
she
I
wasn't
am.
conscious for the transportation. Okay.
She's
Someone in the
not
black market, though. I mean, there's got to be a trail.
Yeah,
up
that's
there.
interesting.
Hmm.
In the black market. Oof.
Well, someone must have hopefully seen something.
Oh, and she
Does
said it
Neil know?
happened today, she thinks.
Oh,
They should
Okay,
think.
someone must have seen something. All right, time to ask around.
But she was unconscious for a bit, so she doesn't know for sure how long she missed.
Yeah, that's true. She
Oh.
wouldn't know.
Um,
I guess.
Would Neil know? Would he, if he knows everything going on in the black market?
I don't know if he knows everything, but he knows a lot.
but he would like to know if one of the people here was,
Nabbed.
snitching. Yeah,
Oh, maybe we should go
So-
talk to him.
yeah.
Get some
Okay,
answers.
let's go.
All right, so you go to Neil's office. When you get there, I assume you're all going.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So as you approach his door, I will say, Jovi, you're the first to hear it. A familiar voice. It sounds like the woman who questioned you earlier is in his office.
Oh.
You can't really make out what she's saying because you're still kind of far back, but what do you want to do?
What do you
Mhm.
say, Jovi? This is important.
Yeah. What are they talking about?
Jovi's sleeping on the couch with Glenn. Are you there, Jovi?
Oh, I'm here. I'm just thinking.
Oh, okay. Well, are you gonna stop them? Because you're walking down the hall towards where he is when you hear this.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of us don't, so we continue forward.
Yeah, I would just continue.
All right, so you're gonna continue walking towards the office.
No,
Yeah.
I think. Well, wait. Do you tell us that you heard her voice?
Oh, yeah. I would say, I think, from what I'm hearing, I think it's the person in there is, the person who is questioning us.
Yeah,
So
we
it's
All
gonna
right.
be
stop immediately.
Jovi, like,
I
kind of
think-
puts his hand up and says, "Yeah, exactly what you said."
I think we should duck into another room and hold back. We don't want to jump in because I think she will, disguises or not, I think she's gonna guesstimate.
Mhm. And I kind of want to be able to hear what she's saying.
Can
So
we-
are
can
you
we
gonna
dodge-
try to get closer to get a better, like,
I will
like-
send Slurp. I will send Slurp in closer, but I will dodge into a nearby office that's vacant. If there's a nearby
So
office.
there's not really a lot of rooms in this area. There are some like guards in the hallway, like some of Neil's people.
Okay.
I'll say as you kind of stop down there, one of them looks over towards you and like waves you away, like you should go.
All right, so I'm gonna. I will. I don't know if everyone else, but I will retreat or find cover or find a spot to hide. But I'm gonna have Slurp go invisible and go in
All right.
as close to the door as possible. And then when I find a little corner and like hunker down, like in cover or something, I will then look through Slurp's eyes.
I would also find a place to
So
hide and
where?
listen.
So there's no place in this hall to really hide. Do you want to just
So
stay here, or do you want
we
to
would leave
like?
it- I would leave the hall if that's the case. Yeah.
So just go back to where you were before, like to the different
If
area.
there's no other rooms and no nooks to hide in, then yeah, I would go back to where I can find either cover or nooks.
All right, so you'd have to go back a ways. get-
How much ways?
You have to leave this area and go back to kind of because his office is kind of off of the black market. So you'd have to leave this hallway to get away from his office, then re-enter the black market where there's a bunch of people.
So I would be outside of 100 feet of my familiar, right?
No, you'd probably still be within 100 feet.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Then I will do that.
Okay.
I guess we would go with her because we wouldn't want to be, or at least Uslag wouldn't like.
All right, so
We wouldn't want to be caught.
anyone
there.
not going to leave, let me know. Let's assume you all back off.
Yeah.
How perceptive is everyone? If they start seeing,
It's right there in our
if
little
he t-
character portraits.
if he tells me that Patience is in that room, is someone going to try to stop me?
Yes.
gonna
Oh, are
keep-
you going to
because-
try and charge in? We would
Uslag would-
definitely try to
Yeah,
stop you.
Uslag would.
You're
would
like, no,
stop,
no.
like,
She
hold
might
on,
just
kid.
take you back, and we might
So,
not. Yeah.
You kind of
Yeah.
see like anger in Aramis's eyes. I assume that's what you mean, right?
Right, like
Okay.
maybe you start smelling like ozone as like electricity, like
Estrella would be like, we have you and we have Ruby. Let's not act rashly.
okay, if you say. If you mention Ruby, she's not safe yet, so he'll back
I know
down.
she is a villain that we may face in the future, but let's be strategic.
This woman
Very
is
well.
everywhere, Boulder Bomb says, frustrated.
But with that, you send Slurp, and I will. It won't get us and won't get me into the room, but I will cast
Nice.
Arcane Eye.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good one.
All right. So, Slurp, what is he supposed to be again?
He's a warlock familiar. He's a closet stats. He is
Okay.
invisible and usually in bat form so he can fly. And he's going to go as close as he can and like listen.
Try to listen. All right.
Yeah.
So
He can shift to millipede to get under doors and stuff. And yeah.
all right.
And I am
And,
going to hide in a
Aramis leaves
corner and
behind
see
the,
through his eyes.
All right,
Yeah.
Aramis is going to leave behind the eye, which he's going to send over there, which is also invisible. All right, so you guys go back out into the market area. It's getting late, so it's not as loud, but there are still a bunch of people out here. What are you having your eye and Slurp do?
I will have the eye get as close to the door as possible, and if it opens, it's gonna go through.
All right, so there
Agreed.
are two
Slurp could go through
guys
it.
outside the door who you're pretty sure are Neil's people. The
Oh.
door is closed. You don't see an easy way to get past it. What about you, Estrella?
Oh, same thing. Slurp is hanging out outside the door, invisible. But like, if he can't get through, he can't get through. But he's waiting for that opportunity. Yeah.
All right, so you do
He
hear
would get
some
really close to the door and
conversation.
see if he could hear anything. Yeah.
You do hear some conversation. It sounds like Patience is questioning him about. It sounds like they somehow know or suspect that the group might be in town, that they might be down here. And it sounds like she may have been here for a while. Neil is kind of putting up with it, and almost like she's hanging out, waiting to see if you guys all show up.
Oh.
And so far,
interesting.
he has been cooperating. It sounds like he hasn't like said you have to
Cooperating.
leave.
Oh, like has he given information though, or
You
well,
don't
we
know
don't
about-
know.
Well, you don't know if he's given information. It sounds like he's just kind of waiting there to like, satisfy her, like she is expecting the group to show up.
Gotcha. Okay.
And she
All right,
has.
well,
It sounds like there are a few people in there with her. Like she has some guards.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think I would just observe and Estrella, because she's not doing anything else, would be tucked in a little corner where she's like stealthed kind of, and but she like, or out of sight, but she would, her eyes would go blank because she's using Slurp's senses.
Yeah, so maybe she's like leaning against the wall, looking towards the wall or something.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are a little over time, so we might want to end here and pick it up next week as the group seeks out LaRoe.
Goodness.
Now, possibly, might have to deal with Patience and her people. Although she doesn't have, what's his name with her anymore?
Collider.
Adrian.
It didn't
Yeah.
sound like there was a big metal man in there.
I can see all your cones, Jovi. Jovian. Go ahead, give me a
Cones?
message me. Yeah, he was doing map marks. Unfortunately, it doesn't hide that
I
from
wonder
me.
if here's the thing though, is I wonder if at the prison, like when Jovi and Garen encountered her there, and now in Neil's office, I wonder if it's really her or if it's an illusion, you know? I'm like, oh.
I know. I kind of wish I could have had the gem of seeing out for that.
Yeah.
But I don't think we were close enough to
Alright, I
even
have
see in there.
4 votes. I think I just need Jovi. Because I don't think I'm going
Right.
to get a vote from Glenn. Do you need the command? /W space GM space who you're voting for?
I DM'd you.
Oh, did you?
I sent you a DM.
I don't see it. In game?
No, in Discord.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, can you send it in game?
Oh, okay. Good. Is it that?
Yeah, you got it.
Did that work?
So Jovian with 2 votes, your MVP.
Nice.
It was a
Inspiration point.
It was a split vote today.
It's always so hard. Like because like a lot of times the party like collectively like contributes to things. So MVP is weird.
I got a vote from Glenn.
Does
But
it change it?
No, it's still Jovi.
That's my voting. Doesn't matter, kids.
Good job, Jovi. you lying to Patience to her face while you were in zone of truth was kind of epic.
And mysterious.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't know how.
Any comments on the game? Things you liked or disliked?
Let's go. All right.
That was fun.
Well, that's what I'm going for.
I think there's it feels like this weird kind of like transitional period, and Jovi, I'm so sorry that this is when you joined, but like you know, we changed like half our group pretty much last session, and we're trying to like tie up loose ends because obviously we don't want like our NPC allies to like suffer. So we're trying to like tie up those loose ends, but like we're about to embark on like a new chapter of the campaign. But like before we can do that, we have to like make sure our people are good and safe. And so I'm so sorry if the lore that's not familiar to you and all of the NPCs and stuff like makes it challenging. But
well, I'm trying to throw in some intrigue for his character.
Yeah.
So
but yeah, if we can get our people safe, then and we hop to the Feywild, then it's gonna be new to all of us. We'll all be in the same place instead of you being like, I don't know what we're doing. You know what I mean? It'll be all of us.
Yeah.
Has it been said why we should even care about the Feywild?
No,
The connection with those Shadowlords.
We do care.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
We had received intel that some of the shadow magic that had happened in Gaian in the past and in
well, I mean,
the shadow
the
more
guildmaster talked about some kind of corruption there and in the Shadowfell.
Yeah,
And
we
then
already knew
also
about
those-
it. Yeah.
Kind of what
There's been some-
Jovian was looking to help with, because he comes from
Nice.
those places, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. So that'll be a good connection there.
So like I think we know that there has been some weird rituals and corruption occurring in the Shadowfell that exactly matches what we know the Shadow Lords have done on Gaian and on the Shadowfell.
I know how much
So-
Glenn likes to fight the cultists.
So I think we know that. Well, I think we have like kind of a lead in that respect where we like know this is evil magic that consumes people's souls and that like it's why is it happening and we want to go investigate. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys could do whatever you want. I'm just trying to throw some plot hooks out here.
I think we want to wrap up. I think the whole thing with like the last couple sessions, honestly, is we want to wrap up like protecting our people.
Because remember, if you don't want to go to the Feywild, he said he would send others. He just thought you might be better
Yeah.
suited.
No,
I
we've
think
been wanting
we-
to
I
go
think
there
we
for a
want- I
while.
think we want
Yeah.
to go to the Feywild. I think we just want to make sure that our people are protected. You know, we don't want to leave like
Yeah.
I've
Shock
thrown,
and-
yeah, I think saving Shock and Leroux is kind of what you guys are working on.
And then the Leroux one is
Yes.
particularly interesting because we don't actually even know where she is. So yeah.
I mean, I think we, as soon as we figure out the Leroux stuff, skedaddle straight to Feywild.
Yeah, I think that's great. And we can even try to contact Shaith in advance. Or, well, I don't know. I guess actually contacting Shaith from this plane has a chance of failure. So if Melody can just send us to the Feywild, maybe once he sends us, we can
Although-
immediately contact Shaith. Yeah.
It would make sense for her to be in the Feywild, but like I think she had been dealing with some druids to the south. There was a druid circle that she was working with when we met her in the mountains.
Oh,
She
maybe.
said that she had been working with. So there might be business she has like on this plane that has to do with it as well. But
That's true. So we
could try contacting her on this
Yeah,
plane
we
first.
could try contacting her
Yeah.
before and after, like before leaving the material plane and after. If we don't get a response, then we could try to contact her when we get to the Feywild. I don't know.
How many
yeah.
story points do I have, Lou?
I think you have one.
Okay,
You
so
got one
everything
from
good.
today.
Okay, and the rest were I used everything up for the previous one. Got it.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
am
that should
interested
be
in the the valley that they discovered for Uzlog's tribe, but I just feel like it's not as high high priority. You know, it's not as urgent as any
Okay.
of the other stuff. So,
If you're fine with that,
I mean,
then I think we
yeah.
can- yeah.
but I am
I
interested in
wasn't- I
pursuing
wasn't
that. Lou,
sure-
just
I wasn't sure
yeah.
how urgent that was, so I thought it might
Yeah.
be our next
don't-
step. But if you're cool with that, then we can follow.
Yeah,
they-
I mean,
they-
I'm
they've
trying to
got the
plan
tower.
around what the group wants to do. So
Okay, cool.
I'm kind of throwing stuff out because it's been kind of vague. But I feel like the group does have an interest of looking into the Feywild stuff because now Jovi has that connection. And, Estrella and Uslog still are definitely not happy with the Shadowlord.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I mean,
She's the Raven Queen's
Glenn and
avatar, after all.
Uslog met Shaith, who talked to them about her working for the Archfey, right? Archfey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Garen and Jovi don't. Well, Jovi has the connection because he hates the children of Shadow. Garen's still kind of new, and I'm not sure what Glenn wants to do. He's,
I mean,
he's
he got
a bit of a wild
a
card.
family now. He might actually begin to be really cautious and safe.
Yeah, take some naps on the couch. It's like I don't want to deal with.
we
this
need like
anymore.
some sort of like canon, like when that happens, like what actually happens in game.
But I think we should make some attempts.
When
Narcoleptic.
what happens?
I think-
I think he's just
Yeah.
sleeping on the couch. Glenn's had a tough day. He's taking.
I think next session we should make some. I'm not exactly sure what options we have, but if anyone has any options, I think we should try to find Leroux
Mhm.
and put her in a safe place, and then I think we might be okay with. Wait, we already hired. Did we hire Lou? Did we talked about it? But did we actually hire like legal defense for Shock?
Boris.
Not yet. You were gonna go talk, and actually, I gotta make sure I include that on my notes.
Okay, I gotta do. We gotta do that, and
Yeah,
then
we gotta go to the tower, bring Ruby there, get money for Boris,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then go
Boris.
to.
That's not Russian.
If Glenn went and he decided to be the actual lawyer and pull that off, that would be.
I keep doing Watto from Star Wars. He is not Russian.
That would be.
I'm a
That would be.
Targaryen. Mine takes to work on me.
very, very risky.
I'm a Jedi. Work on me.
Some kind of Jedi waving your hand around.
What do you think? You're some kind of Jedi?
Right.
Some kind of Jedi waving your hand around like a
Yeah,
dipshit.
I think we should. I don't know. I think we should. Yeah, try to. It's so frustrating. Because here's the thing: is I have no idea if we're even gonna be able to find Leroux. Like if, like we can try. I'm going to try. We're going to try. But like I don't know. Like if our options.
Really quick, Jovian, you know how the inspiration points work, right?
You can. It's like reroll once, and then it's used.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no, it's not reroll. It's you gain advantage on a roll. You have to say you're using it before the roll. But I mean,
Yeah.
you're recording how many you have, right?
I only have one, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Is
but
this
you
your
want to make
first
a
one?
box. You want to
Yeah.
make a no.
Okay.
You start with one, don't you, Lou?
Oh yes, you are supposed to start with one, so you should have two.
So
Okay,
yeah,
then
you
I
want
have
to make a resource box that
Yeah.
is for inspiration. You can't hold more than 10, but like you have 2. Yeah.